Hey, everybody, before we get started with the show, we have a big announcement for you guys. The Shut Up and Give Me Murder Tour is coming to you. Small Town Murder live shows. These are live podcasts, just like you like to listen to, like we do from the studio, but live with you there. Right in front of you. Going to be so much fun here. April 5th, Los Angeles, California. April 7th, San Diego, California. April 14th, San Francisco, California. April 15th, Sacramento, California. April 20th, 420 in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, boy.
That's going to be insane. April 22nd, Seattle, Washington. April 26th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. April 27th, Chicago, Illinois. And wrapping it up with April the 28th in New York City. Oh, baby. We're so excited. We can't wait. Get all your tickets and all the information over at shutupandgivememurder.com/live. Tickets will go on sale February the 16th for all these shows. Also, don't forget March 25th in Phoenix at Stand Up Live. All the links are in the show description. Come out, tell us to shut up and give you murder. This week, we look at the sleepy town of Amherst, Virginia, where a death causes a family to splinter until even more tragedy occurs. Welcome to Small Town Murder. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Small Town Murder.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I am Jimmy Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us this week. We're pumped and excited as usual. Got to get right into it because, as usual, it's a jam-packed episode full of murder and craziness and everything else. As you heard up front on the commercial there, tour coming up, so please get those tickets.
I'm so excited.
All those cities, Portland on 420, that's ridiculous. That's just a ridiculous place to be at a ridiculous time. This week, coming up in the next couple days, this weekend, Boston.
Fuck, yes.
Get your tickets.
Get them now.
They might be sold out at this moment because we're selling. There's only one show left. The 1 p.m. show for Small Town Murder. The 7 o'clock is sold out. 4 p.m. Crime and Sports has a few left too. Yeah. Possibly, I don't know, get them. Well, right now they might not be there, so try it out.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be close, so get on in there. And what you can do is you should wear a certain outfit there. You can get your shirts to wear there.
Yeah.
You can do that at crimeinsports.threadless.com. Get all of your Small Town Murder and Crime and Sports merchandise needs. T-shirts and sweatshirts and bath mats and everything you could want, and coffee mugs. Thank you guys for...
So ridiculous.
So ridiculous. Thank you guys for all of your iTunes reviews this week. We appreciate the hell out of it. Like we said, we went over the 10,000 mark, so I owe you guys a bonus. We owe you a bonus episode. It is coming. It's either going to be, either we'll have another bonus, it'll be in the next 2 weeks, or maybe we'll release one of the live shows as a bonus or something like that. We'll figure it out. But you're getting an extra episode. Thank you so much. If you haven't done it yet, please, we can't stop at 10,000.
No.
Because then we'll just drop down the charts after that, because it's the Way's funky algorithm of iTunes. Please. Get on that funky iTunes and give us 5 stars. It helps us so much on the business end. You can just say anything. It doesn't matter. It's not for our egos, really. We promise you. If you want to be an even bigger superstar
you can.
And help us, like a long list of people that we have later on, of people that we just love so much, our producers, you can do that by going over to patreon.com/crimeinsports, and you can make a donation there. Or you can go over to PayPal and use our email address, crimeinsports@gmail.com, to make a donation there, a one-time donation.
So nice.
We can't tell you how much we appreciate every damn dime you guys give us.
You guys gave us so much life this past year.
It blows us away.
And you're continuing to do it this year. It's fucking crazy.
Thank you guys for everything you do. Honestly, we cannot thank you enough for everything. And if you can't get enough, we have Crime and Sports, obviously, you should be listening to. I don't know why you're not. Don't say, I don't like sports. Doesn't matter. Don't have to like sports. You like us talking about morons? That's what it is.
That's the truth.
It's the same thing as this. And also, if you want to hear me complain about things, you can do that by listening to P.S. I Hate This Movie with myself and my wife, Sarah Hunt, and we make fun of bad romantic comedies, and it's a really good time, and I get super angry very often. So if you enjoy that. And also, I have a little addendum, little
punctuation.
I have a little bow to add to the top of last week's rant on podcasters who take themselves way too seriously. A couple of them crawled out of the woodwork this week, in the past week, and we'll discuss that at the end. But we won't clog that up. We won't clog the show up with that. That'll be at the end. We will make fun of idiots as usual. Well, we'll make fun of idiots through the whole show.
Sure.
And then we'll make fun of more idiots at the end. We will do that.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, with a big fat exclamation point and a nice tight, tidy bow. That said, it's time to do the thing we have to do every week, the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Have to do the disclaimer. Oh, guys, listen. We're all in a car right now. We're on the way to rob a liquor store.
Yes.
Okay? All of you, you're in the car, too. You might be in the back seat, but you're in the car. This is the point where you have to say, if they go in and shoot this small Korean woman right in the head and splatter her brains all over the cartons of Marlboros behind the counter, if that happens, I am a murderer. So I don't know if I want to be involved in this.
Right.
This is the point where we pull up to a red light. You need to hop out if you don't think that crime... If you don't think that true crime and comedy ever belong together, this is the point where hop out at the red light. I'm sorry.
Go. Run.
No one will get killed. It's not that horrible. I promise you won't see brains on Marlboros. But some people just think that true crime and comedy don't ever go together. Yeah. And to those people, we say, have a good one. Right. See you later. Go away. You're not going to like it.
Let the adults have their fun.
Yes, because we're not going to make fun of the victims. We don't make fun of the victims' families. Right. We're assholes, but we're not scumbags.
It's true.
Have a good time. Sit back, relax, because it's time for us to shut up
and give
you murder. So let's do it right now. Let's go on a trip, Jimmy.
Yeah, all right.
We're starting back at the top. We're not going to go in any particular order. I'm not going to redo the states in the same order. Just another random thing.
Random pick out of the hat.
Random pick out of the hat. I had the whole country to choose from. It was glorious. I felt such freedom. I really did. I sat there. I was like, whew, look at this big, beautiful map.
I can do whatever I want.
The whole country, the whole world, but it's not. If I want to do the U.S., I'm not confined to 3 states that I've put off till the end because they're terrible. You know what I mean? We're not doing that. No, we're going from Hawaii. Yeah. Pack it up.
From beauty, from enjoyment,
put away
from
your
fishing on the beach.
Your stupid shirts. Throw your flip-flops away because you're not going to need them. And we're flying all the way.
What do I do with this straw hat?
It's right in the garbage.
Fucking burn it.
Just burn it. Find a homeless person on the beach and put it over their face while they nap. Just there you go. Block it from the sun. Help them out.
Sir.
There's some shade, sir. Help the homeless.
And it smells nice.
We're going all the way to Amherst, Virginia.
I don't even know where the fuck that is.
It's in Virginia.
Obviously.
Well, you know where that is.
Yeah.
You know where that is. You know East and West Virginia, like you were saying, and South Virginia.
Right. And then there's that North one.
Well, we did know that East and West, the Carolinas were never together, but the Virginias were. We know that. Amherst, Virginia, going all the way there. What a nice little town this is, I guess. I don't know. It looks like a nice little... I don't know. It looks like in a movie where you'd be like, oh, this is a small town USA. Yeah. I don't know how nice it is, actually, but and you'll see where it's close to. You go, maybe it's not the best place. I'm not positive.
Where Lil Abner was raised? Like that shit?
We'll talk about it.
Was that Kitty Hawk? Was that what that was called?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm not sure.
I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid. It's fucking embarrassing.
Whatever was on TV.
Yeah, it was a terrible movie.
This is on at 2 in the afternoon on regular TV. Yeah. This will be a good movie on a Wednesday. Yeah. This is always that's when they put the best cinema on. Usually is 2 o'clock on a Wednesday afternoon during the summer.
It's all like taboo fucking or something.
Shit.
I think that's what that story is about. Like you're not supposed to fuck that person, but Lil Abner will.
In whatever this movie's defense, you think a lot of movies are about that aren't about that. So
everything is taboo fucking.
You should have heard what he said about like the Flintstones movie in the '90s. He said taboo fucking, man. Taboo fuck. That's all it is. I was like, how did you get that?
The whole thing is taboo fucking.
Taboo, man. That's right. So Amherst, Virginia, it's in the dead center of the state. Okay. Right smack, boom, in the middle, right in the middle of the pan. So no excuses.
No reason to be hillbillies.
Can't say I'm in the panhandle. I can't help myself. None of that shit. You're right in the middle.
Virginia's not enough of an excuse.
Get your head out of your ass. God damn it. And it's really in the middle of nowhere. It's a small town in the middle of everything. It's not a suburb of shit. It's 2 hours to Richmond, an hour and a half to Roanoke, 25 miles southeast of Lexington, 44 miles from Charlottesville, where we had our marching people with the
fucking the tiki torch white people.
So that's a little frightening there that's taking place.
So here's a question though: what is the capital of Virginia? Is it Lexington?
Richmond.
Oh, it is
Richmond.
Okay, Richmond. All right,
and that's 20 miles from Appomattox, which is the Civil War end of the Civil War site. So you have the end of the Civil War, and then where 160 years later, white people got pissed and were mad about that happening right there. Right. So this area's got a lot of, it's spinning. It's got its own perpetual motion, I feel like.
Fantastic.
And 13 miles, I just like this, away from Lynchburg, which is where, I think that's Jack Daniels, right? Isn't that where they make Jack Daniels?
No, that's in Kentucky.
That's in Tennessee.
Tennessee, yes.
yeah,
you're
Lynchburg,
right. Wait,
Lynchburg, Virginia.
Why do I see
here.
Kentucky on the front of the bottle in my head?
It might be Kentucky.
It's Tennessee. It's for sure Tennessee.
Who the fuck cares? But when you have a southern town named Lynchburg, that makes it bad.
Yeah,
because that's where'd that name come from?
Right.
I wonder. That's scary.
Some dude named Lynch that did horrible shit.
Yeah. They were like, well, this is.
Isn't that how lynching became? Because it was
this
a
is
dude
the lynching
that did it?
center of the county. Is how we do it, and we're going to call it Lynchburg. It's
fantastic.
It's the cultural lynching center.
Be proud.
It's where we do our finest lynching. It's just
we got to be proud of our heritage.
Proud of our lynching
heritage is the worst. That word has such a racial connotation to it now. It's such a terrible word. If you ever tell me I'm proud of my heritage, I know that you say the N-word in your personal time.
And it's funny because people used to just say that word just in terms of for anything. If they were like Polish, they'd be like, I'm proud of my heritage. I eat pierogies all the time and shit. But now it's interesting.
You are a racist. So.
That's somehow we got, because we talked about Lynchburg. That's how we got to racism and Appomattox and Charlottesville.
We're in Virginia.
Good Lord. Okay. Never mind.
God damn it, Virginia, you're rubbing off on us.
We don't want to talk
about
this stuff.
Here.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about this stuff, Virginia. You're bringing it up. Amherst County, it's in. Very creative, again. The South.
Town named
small
after
town.
the county. Right.
How many of these small towns are named after counties?
It's fucking 30%
Maybe,
at minimum.
Katie Heisel will make a chart on Twitter, one of our listeners who makes amazing charts on Twitter.
She
charts
graphic.
everything. She makes graphs.
They're amazing.
It's incredible. So
that one where she plotted where each episode went next.
And
that
was pretty
state
wild.
Was highlighted
that's pretty cool.
From episode 1 to today. It was fucking amazing.
That was cool. So thank you. Zip code 24521, area code 434. So watch out for that popping up on your phone. 5 square miles in total, this town. Just a little 5 square miles of mid-central Virginia land here. The county motto, the town doesn't have a motto because they're lazy, I guess. I don't know. They were too lazy to figure one out. And we found out, by the way, how a lot of these towns get mottos this week.
I heard about this.
This is amazing.
It's fucking incredible.
Somebody emailed us, and we won't give names, but somebody emailed us, and they worked for a marketing company where basically these small towns hire marketing companies so they can get people to come through and, drive through their fruit stand twice a week.
How fucking
So they hire these marketing companies, and this person was like, I'd bang out like 4 of those slogans a week for these fucking small towns. That's why they're all kind of the same.
Right.
Because literally there's a team of people banging out 4 or 5 slogans a week, pumping them out to the USA, and then we're putting them out going, what are these idiots? What were they thinking when they had this slogan? They
know
weren't.
what it is? How devoid of any sort of creativity can you be
have a contest.
To hire somebody in a fucking big city somewhere that's never been in your town?
Have a contest where the town participates. So who gives a shit? If it's going to be random, chosen by anybody anyway, at least say, hey, it's cute, our kids picked it, rather than this. I hope that this wasn't I don't think a marketing company came up with this. We're way off. This is Dieu Amon Droit. That is it, which is French, I believe, for God and my right.
Jesus.
Which is also the motto of the British monarch.
Really?
Yes. So there's all sorts of shit there.
So they stole it. First of all,
they stole it. There's God mixed in there. They're knocking off the royals. It's a fucking mess.
God and rights, like that.
I don't like that in the South right
terrifying.
Away. And then you add in that's the British monarch, and it's in French, which takes it the other way.
Right?
What is wrong with you guys? It's bewig douchebags all around. That's all it is.
That is an awful one. That might be the worst one.
That might be the worst one.
That's terrible.
That's possibly the worst one. History of this town, Native Americans obviously were the first people to be here.
Yeah.
Duh. I mean, that's everywhere that we talk about.
As you come into the town,
I hope that's not on the
sign. It would just be much more fitting if it just said, you better be white.
Does that say it's Detroit on the end there? Droit? What the hell does that mean? That's what you'd hear.
It should
people
just
driving around the South.
You better be white.
They'd be super pissed off driving around the South looking at fucking French signs. What the hell's going on here?
Fuck is this?
So anyway, the people there, the Native Americans were hunters and fishing and all that. It was a big deal there. The Virginia colony, though, established in 1607.
Yeah.
So pretty damn early. This is ground zero America here, right here. This is all that's wrong with it bubbling right from this is America's ball sack, just teeming with whatever it's going to spread throughout the rest of the country here. That's exactly what it is.
If you don't wash it, it gets nasty.
You bet your ass it does. Gets real nasty and just grimy and
there's some
sandy and it smells like onions. You don't want it.
It's very weird.
Terrible. So they had trading posts between 1710 and 1720. 1730, people started moving in here to the Amherst County area. They wanted land. They wanted to grow tobacco, damn it.
Okay.
We need to come here and grow tobacco, and this is fertile tobacco growing country around here. Amherst was founded in 1807. They originally called it the Oaks and also Seven Oaks.
Okay.
I love how nobody can decide on a fucking name of a town. No, how many towns do we cover again where it's like, it's just, why? What the hell, man?
And the oaks, and they only have 7 oak trees there, so you're going to call it the 7 oaks?
And somebody else argued, what about that oak? And they were like, that's too far off the thing. We're only counting these 7. And they're like, no, there's 8 oaks. And someone said that.
They're grouped together.
No, but he said it's not a group because this one's 10 feet off the thing, and technically, and so they said, fine, just the oaks then. We won't count them. All right, asshole? And then they finally said, fuck. And then that argument just got to the point where they were like, Amherst.
Right.
Enough.
That's the one.
Enough of this shit here. It's originally also was just a stagecoach station on the Charlottesville-Lynchburg Road.
Really?
So another town that just began as a small little stop off
like
and
a fucking camp
is pretty much still the same.
Yeah.
Hasn't really gotten to be more than that. Just a little town here. It was at this time here around the turn of the century from 1800 that they decided to rename this town. Got to rename it. They renamed it in honor of the French and Indian War hero Jeffrey Amherst, the first Baron of Amherst. So bewigged douchebag. Yeah. So again, fucking towns and their bewigged douchebags.
A guy that slaughtered Indians, and that's what you named him.
Well,
after.
he was the hero of the Battle of Ticonderoga.
Hero,
damn it. So anyway, General Charter Assembly to the town was granted in 1950. We have the Sahara Desert fart fact of the week.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's dry. It's arid, just a breeze coming through. The official town seal, oh boy, was created by Ward Cruia, who's a commercial artist from Ohio. His original proposal featured a sleeping giant, which is the Blue Ridge Mountain ridgeline west of Amherst.
Right.
But this was rejected since it represented an area that's not inside the town's limits. So according to town legend, a group was in the clerk's office in the town hall talking about the topics of the day, and they looked, as it said, they looked eastward along East Court Street, and it was suggested that the Amherst Courthouse be the model for the official seal. And there was a large A attached to the radio antenna beside the tower, and so then the A, and that's what it looks like now. That's the fact. So if you look at the town seal, bunch of guys were sitting around dicking off in a clerk's office going, did you see what she's wearing? Oh, my God, I saw them feeling each other up in the diner.
Look at that.
And they said, that's the seal.
Look outside the window, y'all.
It's perfect. It's perfect.
Has an A on it.
Hit this guy with his queer mountains. Get him out of here. Where is he from? Ohio? Get him out of here. Nobody wants his mountains.
The guy was from Ohio and never been to the town probably, right?
Probably not. He was just like, they got mountains, right? They got fucking mountains there. Throw that mountains on there.
I'll draw you a sleeping giant in those fucking mountains.
I'm from Ohio. What do you want from me?
That's exactly what this sounds
That's
like.
That's what they sound like in Ohio. That's what I know. So he said, hey, what do you want? From Dayton, fucking Ohio. You got a problem with me? Come on. I'll draw you a seal like nobody's fucking business. Nobody draws seals like I draw.
You don't think I could do it? I'll put a fucking sleeping giant in that fucking thing.
Whoa. What are you doubting that I could make a seal for you? Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. You don't think I could look out eastward, mind you? I could look past you, stupid A. I could see the beautiful, majestic Blue Ridge fucking mountains in the distance. You don't think I could put them on a seal, make it look better than your piece of shit A? Huh? I'll give you the back of my fucking hand so fast. I'm going back to Ohio. Eat shit. I'm going.
Fuck your A.
Fuck your A. Fuck this place. I'm out of here. And they go.
Unbelievable.
So the courthouse is a big deal, too. They built the original courthouse in 1809. They tore it down in 1872 and built a new one, and that's kind of the one that's still there. All of the records have been stored in the courthouse since 1761.
Oh, boy.
And nobody stole them or anything.
Nothing.
Like They've
haven't had a war. Still gone back to 1761.
1761 they have the records. They
records
moved them
that
from
fucking matter to nobody.
Nobody. Courthouse to courthouse. But I guess if you're looking through your family history or if you wanted to do that, it wouldn't help for me. But if you're from this country. But hoarders. Yeah, hoarding
Somebody's
assholes.
got that shit in their garage.
There's a bunch of dead cats under the folders and shit. Like, no, we found another dead cat, like they do all the time on Hoarders.
Every damn time there's several.
If you ever watch Hoarders, that's the game you have to play. Is you have to bet ahead of time before they go through the door.
What's the over on how many cats?
Over/under on dead cats. That's the thing. You can throw live ones in there too, but we just go corpses. How many are they going to find?
We're going to go with 4 today.
We're going with 4, fully petrified.
Mummified and preserved.
So many. Amherst doesn't have an emergency room.
No.
So good luck with that.
What the fuck? They're 14 miles from anything resembling
You can go to Centra's Lynchburg General Hospital if you need an emergency room.
Holy shit.
So tough shit there.
You better fucking hope to Christ you can make it. What is it, 30 miles?
Hope you don't have a sprinkler key stuck in your temple. You know, that's just because otherwise you're in deep shit.
You are fucked.
But hope it's a minor wound.
Hope you're not bleeding out.
Yeah, because you have a problem.
You have a tourniquet and you've got a comfortable ride. That's a long fucking ride.
That's a long ride. Pack it in. Yeah,
Jesus.
That's terrible, man. Bring a pillow. Get comfortable back there. Notable people from this town, not a lot. A guy named Black Herman. Black Herman was an African-American stage magician during the Jim Crow laws era.
Wow.
So he did a lot of, I'm sure, a lot of tap dancing and shit like that. And don't lynch me.
The Jim Crow era? Yeah. That's terrifying.
And his name was Black Herman. So I don't know if he played to black audiences or if he came out and was, don't hang me. Yeah.
Or a white guy in blackface.
Yeah. Oh, God, let's hope he wasn't a black. Oh, Jesus.
That would be horrific.
That would be terrible.
Around the Jim Crow era, it makes sense, though.
Jesus. And Jimmy Walker, not Dynamite Jimmy Walker, an ex-basketball player for the Pistons Rockets.
Oh, great.
And the ABA, too, in the 70s. In 1930, there was 876 people in this town.
Wow.
So not a lot. It's still a very, very small town. And in 1990, 60 years later, only 1,060 people.
Jesus. There's no change,
Old people sit on porches and drink lemonade, and they will forever. God damn it. And the same old people. They'll be 300 years old, and they'll just stay there. Nothing.
Reminiscent about the good old days.
The children don't grow here.
Right.
They don't grow old. They're born 8 and they stay 8, and that's it.
They're born 8.
They're born 8 and they stay 8.
Poor mothers.
That's it. Well, you know what? That's the price you pay.
Yeah.
That's the price you pay. You want to live in Virginia? That's what you do. Sorry. Population here, it's funny because it has boomed since 1990, but boomed for this town. Now it has 2,210 people.
Wow.
So it's doubled since 1990, which these southern towns, people come from the north, and everything's cheap here. Great, let's buy it and make it more expensive and stay. And, nobody wants us here and we don't want to be here. Yay, let's be here.
Let's do it.
I don't get it. My dad did that. He moved to North Carolina. He was like, they don't like you here. What are you here for? This is terrible. What are we here for? What's the problem? So
it's Southern New York. That's how he feels.
I guess so. Yeah, they say we're going to take this over.
Right.
That's like how people feel with Canada. Like whenever things get shitty here, we're going to go ahead and annex that. We'll take that. Like I think they might have something to say about that. That's how the New Yorkers are about the South. It's kind of fucked up here. We ruin it. The roads are all bumpy and shit. We're coming down there.
We're coming down there, and then when your weather gets bad, we're going to go right the fuck back.
Any pizza out? We're going to open up some pizza. That's the first thing we need.
We're going to need some pizza around here.
You people eat like shit. It's outside of barbecue.
They really do.
It's not great.
The South is garbage food.
Except for
some of it can be really great.
There's some great shit.
But I found out about burgoo. That shit
food.
Isn't real.
No ethnic
That's not
food.
Good. No,
it's just no ethnic food. Don't try to get Italian or Chinese or anything like that.
What happens when white people just keep cooking for years and get creative?
So, median age in this town.
You guys need some black people and Chinese people. And, you need
all
those people.
We'll find out in a minute who's going to be there.
Okay.
We don't know who's there yet.
That's a good point.
No clue. Median age.
A good point.
That's true. Median age in this town, 47.9. So it's about 10 years older than the average. So it's an older town, as a lot of these southern towns are. They're kind of, people leave. Younger people leave. Older people move there.
Yeah.
It's that sort of thing. Female and male populations right on the money. It's about 51% female.
Right.
Married population, slightly less than the average. So it's about 45% here, which I assume that's because there's a little bit higher of a widow population. Okay. I think that's where you got a little bit older people here, that sort of thing. A lot of people single with no children, is almost 18%.
Good Christ.
That's about double the average.
Yeah.
So if you're single, no children, and you want to party with some
elderly,
you want to party get down with the elderly town
maybe
here.
Steal a couple of their pills.
I wonder if that's elderly too. It's probably the widows.
Yeah,
they're out on the town, single, no children. Oh boy, The elderly bar scene here is hot.
Can you imagine not having any kids ever and then just being old and have nobody take care of you?
Well, maybe their kids are gone. Maybe they've outlived their kids. Who the hell knows?
That's a good point.
Well, another thing, you never know. Race of this town, 71% white. Like a lot of the southern towns, actually some black people in it. 20.62% black.
Wow, that's great.
One of the few towns we've had that have over the 12% average. Yeah. Asians, though, you're not getting any restaurants. 0.27% Asian. That
Wowza.
Well below the 5% average here. And Hispanic, 3.37%. Yeah. So, it's
some bland food.
White and black.
Yeah.
It's the South. It's that sort of thing here. Religion, weird for a southern town. Only 41% of the people here are religious, which is 50 is the average, and in the South it's usually 70 and 65. The one was like 79 or some crazy shit in like Alabama or something. 0.57% Catholic. They don't play that Catholic shit down here.
They don't want anything to do with it.
None of that shit. No, Baptists are the Catholics of the South, as we know. Baptists, Catholics of the South. And they are down here. That's where they are. 0.0% Jewish, 0.0% Muslim, obviously.
That makes sense.
That's not going to happen down here. Now, voting-wise, we're going to get about 40% Democrat, about 60% Republican, basically. So it's... it's Central Virginia. It's more conservative. Virginia is actually that flips back and forth now, but not in the central parts.
Right.
No, that's in the cities and by the colleges it flips.
Right. Get the college involved, and all of a sudden you got some progressive, forward-thinking people.
It stays the same, as we know. That's like we said. Everything's pretty the same.
Status quo's fine with us.
Absolutely, and if not us, but them.
No, them.
That's yes, not us, as we say. We say us. That's a character, not us personally.
Not me.
Household income here is about $10,000 under the national average here. It's about $43,000 down here, and a lot of times it's small towns. It's just less like that because it's usually cheaper to live, as we're going to find out here. Jobs, a lot of manufacturing jobs more than normal. Not a lot of construction jobs, I would have thought, actually. Less retail trade, that sort of thing. The jobs are a lot of health care because there's older people, that sort of thing here. Food services is a little higher than normal. Now, cost of living overall, as we do, 100 is par, average. Cost of living is 84 here, so not too bad. Healthcare is a little high. Utilities are very high, but housing is 64.
Jesus.
Pretty cheap to live there here. Not bad at all. The median home cost is $118,058.
That's not awful.
Not awful. $185,000 is the national average, so that's not too shabby at all here. Most of the houses, as we'll find, like you look at between, it's like 60% of the houses are between $100,000 and $200,000.
60%.
60% of the houses, and then another 25% of them are between $200,000 and $300,000. So it's average kind of blue collar, middle of the road kind of place. Not a lot of
affordable.
And how affordable is it? Well, let's find out. And if we've convinced you to move here, we're going to find out with the Amherst, Virginia Real Estate Report. We have a 2-bedroom apartments there. On the average, is about $660 a month.
That's
which
great.
Is cheap as shit.
Yeah,
that's not bad at all. It's about $400 less than the national average. I found a lovely 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,000 square foot brick home.
Yeah,
very nice. Yard is nice, well kept, green.
Yeah, very
nice brick. $179,900.
Wow,
very reasonable for what it is. Sweet house, nicely done on the inside. Found a nice house to stretch out on here. You've done well. You want to move down and annex a piece of Virginia for yourself from the north. You
got a big steak and tiki torches.
That's right. I found a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,900 square foot beauty.
Wow.
Sitting on 3.5 acres of pristine land for $244,900.
That's great.
That's a steal. Not bad. And the house is nice on the inside too. Right. It's not a shit box. And finally, if you just want to pitch a tent and live in the beautiful Virginia wilderness, I found a 1.10 acre of land here, a lot on Boxwood Farm Road in Amherst for $14,999.
I could put it on a credit card.
Not too shabby.
Tomorrow, James.
You could do it tomorrow. Get down there and do that. Things to do in town. Oh, my goodness. February 24th, don't miss the Women's Ministry Brunch.
Oh.
Got to get there.
Yeah.
Even if you're a guy, get down there.
Jesus.
Get you some
Jesus and orange juice.
Oh, boy. Please join Molly Harmon at her home for a brunch and Bible study, exclamation point.
I will not.
We would love, wood is misspelled, by the way.
Is it W-O-O-D?
No, it's W-O-Y-L-D.
Wowza.
Which, okay, at least the U and the Y are next to each other. But check. We would love to invite you, spelled wrong, with a U, invite a friend who needs fellowship. So basically take someone along, not who would be interested, who needs it.
Here's the worst
part. If you need
part.
to bitch at somebody, you bring them, and we're going to tell them what the fuck they're doing wrong.
I don't have time to reread what I just wrote in a public invitation.
Nope.
You have that many typos. How do you do that?
It's 2 sentences, and you fucked up 2 words.
Both.
That's awful.
Both sentences are ruined.
Awful. Terrible. In October of this year.
You wrote for 2, Molly.
Jesus, Molly, get your shit together. I don't trust you. So in October of that year, make your plans now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you this, because it's going to be exciting. I want you to mark your calendars and make travel arrangements. The Amherst Apple Harvest Festival is coming in October. Fantastic. And also the 27th Annual Virginia Wine and Garlic Festival.
That actually sounds great.
Which does not sound bad.
Yeah.
Virginia wines, live entertainment, arts, crafts, and garlic.
Yeah.
Exclamation point capitalized.
How do you enjoy garlic?
I don't know.
How do you
garlic
do that?
flavored things. It apparently was first place in Lynchburg's Living 2016-17 Best Festival or Event.
Wow.
So get down there. Crime rate. What we're interested in this lovely, lovely town.
I'm still shocked. How do you have a festival around? Do you have chunks of garlic and you just sample it?
Some people do that. I'm going to assume that it's like foods that are like garlic based.
Okay.
Like a garlic
bread,
garlic chicken, Chinese garlic chicken. They make
Tell
that.
them no.
Or just every Italian dish maybe is a garlic.
Call it the Italian festival.
Garlic and olive oil.
If
and
it's garlic
and wine.
That
sounds
as
great.
Italian as it gets.
That's what I mean. I don't know why. Who's putting this on down there? There's like 3 guineas
they
going.
Are
We got this.
advertising it so wrong.
It's all right. We got this. No problem.
We'll take care of it.
We'll put this together. It's all right. No.
We can make you guys look all inclusive and that you embrace ethnic shit.
What are you making there? A casserole? Get the fuck out of here. We'll take care of this. You know what you're doing. Crime rate in this town, property crime is about 20% lower than the average.
Yeah.
So leave your windows open, I guess.
Great.
They are not going to steal your shit, but you might want to close them because violent crime, murder, rape, robbery, and assault, the Mount Rushmore of violence and assholery, is 10% higher than the national average.
Course.
So they're too busy killing you to steal your shit. They're too dumb to steal your shit after they've murdered you here. That's what I'm gathering
They
from
don't
that.
rifle through your pockets while you bleed out.
No, they don't. Damn you, lazy bastards. You lazy son of a bitches. If I'm going to bleed out and die for you,
at least take my fucking wallet.
At least make my family members cancel my credit cards. Thank you. At least have the common courtesy to do that, you lazy sons of bitches. Let's talk about some folks who resided in Amherst, Virginia, shall we? Let's talk about Douglas MacArthur Buchanan.
Okay.
That's a very... First of all,
that's
Douglas
a very
MacArthur.
Civil War name.
Well, Douglas MacArthur is a World War II general, and it's MacArthur, so they gave him that middle name.
It's a very Civil War sounding name, though.
Yeah, it does sound like a general.
It
sounds like the guy who MacArthur was descended from. Like that's his grandfather.
Yeah.
My grandfather, Douglas MacArthur Buchanan, led the 43rd
his middle
Virginia
name is
Infantry.
MacArthur?
MacArthur. Because his first name is Douglas.
Right.
So Douglas MacArthur. Whatever.
Awful.
So he's a married guy. We'll talk about him in the 60s. He gets married. He's a married man. He has a son in 1969. His son's name is Douglas Jr., which you had to pass that on. You had to pass Douglas MacArthur Buchanan on. And we know about juniors and anyone who names their kid a junior. Suspect right away.
Absolutely.
Right away. Listen to,
I don't know, a lineup somewhere.
The entire crime and sports catalog and find out why that is. He's married. They have a son in 1969. As we go through the 70s, they have some problems, the husband and the wife here. Now, I found, and I'm not sure, I can't be positive if this is them, but I found a couple of, Jesus Christ, I was digging through 1970s newspapers here, and I found some, thank you, patreon.com/crime-and-sports. That's how we buy this shit. I'm going through all these old newspapers, and I'm trying to find things, and I found in Tampa, Florida, in a Tampa newspaper, Douglas MacArthur Buchanan and his wife, who was the same name as his wife, filing for divorce.
Different people,
was in the. I don't know. It might be the same people because they might have lived in Tampa at that point and moved up to Virginia. Not saying it is, but I know they had problems, and this would make sense too because this was in 1974. Which would make perfect sense because that's around when the problems were happening. We don't know if they were in Virginia or Florida at that point.
They moved from Tampa to Virginia.
Yes, it's not much.
They enjoy the white trash scenery.
At least they moved to Jacksonville or something. Sorry. Someone asked us, are we coming to to Jacksonville? No. We're not. Not at all. Not coming to Jacksonville.
My dad lived there and then moved out, and that's the last time a Whisman will be there.
I'm not going to Jacksonville, sorry. We might go somewhere in Florida, but you're going to have to get out of the panhandle. Sorry. Go toward the pan.
But that's the opposite side of the panhandle.
That state is just two panhandles.
It's two panhandles.
Jesus, no wonder
Somebody
why it sucks.
welded two panhandles together.
Fucking Florida. Jesus Christ. We will come to Florida at some point. That's next round of dates. More East Coast stuff.
I can't believe I never noticed that.
It's
anytime anybody says they're in the panhandle of Florida,
which one, dickhead?
There isn't. It's all one handle.
Two panhandles. Which one?
It's one crooked handle because two are welded together.
Yeah, it's awful. That's why it's bad. What do you expect? It's a state of all
That's
panhandle.
Why it all sucks.
Normally there has to be a pan to have a panhandle, but they figured out a way to have nothing but handle.
They got rid of the pan. Fuck the pan. We don't need the pan. We got
Georgia
so much handle.
Georgia can keep the pan. We don't want none of that. You stay north, Georgia, with your pan.
We got your handle covered.
We're all handle, baby. That's all we want down here. In the late 70s, 76-ish, 77, Douglas Sr.'s wife here gets breast cancer. So they don't end up getting a divorce in the end, or they end up staying together. I don't know if the cancer made it so, I don't know. I figured at that point.
So you feel like a dick if you left?
I was going to say, at that point, you'd be like, let's see how the cancer works out. Right. If we're going to, then we'll work on our paperwork and shit like that. But for now, let's make sure I live first. Right. Why don't we do that?
Or at least, this way, it's a lot less paperwork for that divorce.
Yes. Or, in an entirely less cynical way, which is always ridiculous because it's not true, because everything is the most cynical. Maybe her getting cancer made them realize how much they loved each other and they came together.
Fuck, you never know.
I highly doubt it, though. Let's be honest here. So they have a very rocky marriage, though. Very rocky. It's tough on young Douglas Jr. here, and it's even harder in late 1978 when she dies of cancer.
Fuck.
He is only 9 years old, Douglas Jr.
Pete, what a life.
That's tough. That's really, really tough, and I can't imagine what that's like.
9 years old, you have to realize how temporary this shit is.
Not only that, and you realize it with your mom. Yeah. That's the person that gives you that. Christ. That's tough. It's not like, my grandfather died. Like, that's... Normally, that's how it works.
Right.
You have
a lady in her fucking 30s.
Yeah, you
maybe
see some
40s.
Super elderly person dying, and this not your mom when you're 9. 9. That's tough, and you had to watch her be sick too. And this is the 70s. Cancer treatments were not what they are
terrible.
now. It was probably very, very rough. And I don't know what it would be like for the father, for Douglas Sr. It's got to be tough on him too. Yeah. You have a wife and a child, and now your wife is gone, and you have a child, and you don't know what to do with him, maybe. And especially, too, this is 70s dad.
Right.
This isn't like now dad.
Right.
Like, I know how to cook, and I can, do shit, and, like, you know how to take care of your kids. Guys in the 70s, if they had, like, a wife and stuff, they didn't know how to do things.
It wasn't common, at
least.
They
could make macaroni and cheese, and that's the only food they knew how to make.
Pepper on it or some shit.
And they put some weird shit and give it to the kid. There you go. I put anchovies on it. And he's like, what? Why?
Why'd you do that?
I don't want anchovies.
Salt and pepper doesn't go on macaroni and cheese, Dad. It's already fucking seasoned.
I learned it when I had 4 roommates in college. Like, that's what they'll say. You got
to get protein, kid.
It's so weird. Yeah, you don't do that. But a 70s dad with his own, just a 9-year-old son sitting there, that is a rough situation.
Fuck.
That's like a terrible sitcom waiting to happen. They're burning things all the
That's
time.
1.5 Men.
Yeah, that's the opening credits of that is like them around, them in like the kitchen, and the dad's got like an apron on, like wrong, like it's like sideways, backwards or crooked or something, and there's shit all over it, and he's cooking something, and something catches on fire, and while the credits are going on, then they end the credits with them at like a restaurant, like eating, like putting their forks up, like, oh well,
whoops a daisy,
dad and son, what are you gonna do? We're fucking morons.
Tune in next week to see what hijinks we get into.
Penises make us retarded, and then they eat a fucking bite of the food, and okay, I don't know, can't possibly cook that. That's what this sounds like, but I don't think it's that fun. It's more than likely.
Also, if he had a rocky
carpeting and depression, I would assume.
If he had a rocky marriage too, and he was used to probably fighting with her, now he's going to be yelling at his kid, taking out all his aggression on
chaos.
him.
Yeah, he wants some chaos. He wants something, but no sweat.
No,
don't fret, Jimmy. He'll find.
He'll figure out.
He'll find and he'll make do. Douglas Sr. He gets remarried.
Oh boy,
6 months after the mother
Jesus.
dies. Yes,
that was fast.
That's super fast. fast. Marries a woman named Geraldine Patterson.
Okay.
Very, very quickly.
Yeah, something tells me they've been fucking a while.
You think so? Yeah. And we'll find out later, too. There was rumors in them saying that they were both unfaithful, and there was all sorts of problems in that marriage.
Sure.
And then Geraldine Patterson here comes along. They get married 6 months after. And like I said, I could see Douglas Sr.
Yeah.
Guy, and he's 70s man.
Yeah.
Think about this. He's a 35-year-old guy in 1979.
Jesus.
So, I mean, he was born in the mid-40s.
Yeah.
He does not know how to do shit for himself. No. He probably doesn't know how to fucking do laundry.
Right.
Men were worthless back then with shit like that. They just expected women to do it for them. Just like, well, she'll do all that shit.
Right.
So he probably didn't know how to do anything, and he's like, I need a woman in here ASAP.
Now.
Fucking marry this one. I don't care. Get on in here.
Lucky we've made it this far without her.
You don't even like anchovies, but you've eaten them every night this week. Do you understand that, kid? I put them in everything you've eaten. I don't know how else to get you protein. I don't know what else to do. I just empty the can into whatever I'm feeding you.
I knew those eggs were oily.
Exactly, you did. But you know what? Protein. You felt good today, didn't you? That's right. You needed something.
Why'd you put it in the salad?
Well, you know what? Sorry, I had to do what I had to do, son.
That peanut butter sandwich tasted weird.
You know what? You can put anchovies on Pop-Tarts. That's all I'm saying. It's not that bad when they're heated up and the anchovies are cool. It's a warm, cool thing. It's crunchy. It's soft. Right. It's something sweet. It's salty. It's textures. It's really good. It's like caramel and salt.
Gross.
You know, peanut butter or whatever.
God, Jesus.
So Doug Jr. here is not happy about this whole thing. He's not happy about his father's attempt to replace his mother.
Yeah.
He's not happy about this lady being in his house or having to live with this lady and have this lady be like his new mom.
Yeah.
And understandable.
Yeah.
I could understand being 9 years old. Your whole family is your mom and your dad. That's your whole life. Your mom dies, and now all of a sudden your dad's like, "Oh, I'm marrying this lady. She's your new mom now."
Mom doesn't just die. Mom dies in a horrific way.
Yeah, slow. That's not a car accident.
Right.
It's a horrible thing that dragged the life out of everybody and probably kicked the shit out of everybody. That's where I get where the dad wants to. I would assume just poof, Jesus, I want to restart and want to have a life. I just want to do something. But the kid, I could assume this is all too fast. And it's even worse because Geraldine already has a 3-year-old son.
Oh, shit.
So there's other kids coming in. And then also the 3-year-old son is Joel Jerry, JJ they call him, or Jesus. Joel. And then also shortly after they're married, they have another son named Donnie in late 1979.
Okay.
So not great if you're Doug Jr. at this point here. Dead mom, new family now, 2 more kids and also lousy relationship with his stepmom.
Yeah.
Also because there's a lot of rumors that they keep him from seeing his maternal relatives, his dead mother's relatives.
Sure.
So that's a problem that he's angry about. We don't know how much that is, but he's angry about that for years.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe the father had beef with them and. You don't know the workings of that, and they just said, fine, and I'm not going to take you to see them.
Yeah.
And I could see that after a while, and it just gets to the point where, fuck those people.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's not a nice thing to do.
No.
I understand 100% how this situation sucks for a kid to be in, and you had step-parents and all that.
It's awful.
Did you have brothers and sisters with your step-parents?
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
It's strange.
It's very strange.
And my stepfather fucking loved his boy and hated me, so
that doesn't help either.
No, it was awful.
That
It's the
doesn't
worst
help
fucking
either.
thing ever.
Yeah, I had the thing. Both my parents, they got divorced. They both got remarried and had other kids.
Oh, Jesus.
So it was like they both,
Oh, fuck.
They each had their own like unit.
Yeah,
and
their
I'm
own
like,
fucking life.
Yeah. And they didn't treat me horribly or anything like, hey, nobody wants you, kid, or anything like that. But regardless, you feel
like an outcast.
Yeah, like,
I'm
not part of that family. Right. I'm not part of this family. I'm not part of either family.
I just hang out on my own.
Exactly.
That's weird.
And then you end up being fucking me.
End up being a comic.
You end up being a comic, and you're angry and hates everybody else, and always and makes himself left out of things by yelling about everything and being angry about things
and just fucking isolates themselves because that's what they're used to.
Yes, I'm a kid. Exactly.
A loner.
So these
Maloner Dottie.
Maloner Dottie. But I get where this kid is coming from.
Yeah.
But this kid has it worse.
Did you say his brothers' names are Joel and Donnie?
Joel and Donnie.
That's 2 of the fucking Backstreet Boys, isn't it? No, New Kids on the
New
Block.
Kids on the Block. Is Joel a New Kids on the Block?
I believe so.
It sounds like it, but I don't think it is.
Maybe it was Joey.
There's a Joey. There's not a Joel.
It's not Joel.
Yeah, there's no Joel.
That was close. Whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely a Donnie, though.
Yeah, there's one letter off from having two of the fucking new kids on the block.
That Donnie Wahlberg is looking... He has turned into
like shit.
He's turned into a full-fledged monkey person. He just looks like a monkey now. His face, he looks like a monkey.
And
that's transformed into a human.
He still wears fucking shorts overalls.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He does. Are they Cavaricis?
I don't know. It's hysterical. Somebody sent me a snap of the concert, and that fuck is out there dancing in shorts overalls.
Oh, my God. I can't even continue. I can't. You know what?
A 50-year-old man in shorts overalls is hysterical.
With all this murder in the world, and you think we cover this every week, and you think that would drive me to the point where I'm done? Nope.
It's a 50-year-old man in shorts overalls.
Donnie Wahlberg. I have to cash out, check it out on Life now after that. That has ruined my faith in the world. That guy wears fucking Cavarici shorts overalls in public.
They're jean ones. You know the ones I'm talking
about?
Oh,
I know the ones you're talking about. Is he wearing like a hypercolor shirt underneath?
Probably.
People putting their hand on it, being like, yeah, ooh.
Fucking douchebag.
What a complete dickhead. So...
People love embracing the shit that they used to like, you know, and then laughing about it.
They better be laughing about that if they're
not. The new kids are up there singing.
Yeah, to them this is serious.
50-year-old men, this is a real fucking gig to them.
No, for them, like, this is real, motherfucker. This is real.
And everybody in the crowd's going, isn't this hilarious?
This is real to us. This is real. This is the best we can do. Do you understand
awesome.
that?
Yeah.
This is what we have left in the tank. He put on the overall shorts, and we're dancing. I don't know if it looks the same as it did 25 years ago.
We can only do this for a few more years before our hips give out.
It's the same fucking steps, and we're doing it. So enjoy. Jesus Christ.
It's terrible.
So this childhood for him is rocky the whole time. He has problems with his family the whole time. He has problems with his father. He likes to argue with him. They're always arguing about his mother that's dead. They're arguing about the dead mother all the time. They argue about the stepmother and that the fact that they don't get along. It's just a nightmare throughout his entire childhood.
Yeah.
Now, by 1987, Doug Jr. is 19 years old, and he is out of the house. He's away from there. He's living on his own. He's married at this point also, which is interesting.
I'm sorry, I'm not laughing at that. I had to Google the new kids. And motherfucker, if you think Donnie Wahlberg looks like a monkey person, look at Danny Wood.
He always looked like a monkey, though.
That's a legit monkey.
Yeah, he always looked like he looked like a monkey in 1989.
There is nothing more monkey.
Donnie is transformed into a monkey person.
Sorry.
It's weird. He has
they
like
have
weird
two monkeys in their band. They are the monkeys.
Wahlberg has like weird Trump hair.
Yeah, he does.
Like that weird,
he looks bizarre.
Where it looks like it's made of some weird substance.
It's just a strange man.
It's very strange. So, 87,
right,
Doug Jr., married. It's not like, that we needed to know that he's a monkey. It's fine. He's married. He lives with his wife. He's married to a woman named Christiane, which is a terrible first name. Sorry, anyone named Christiane. Let's pick a fucking first name. There's too many first names. Yeah, you can't
Christian.
Christiane. You can't be. Be Christine. Be Christina. Pick anything. Not Christiane. No. That's the one I don't want you to be. So Doug Jr. and Christiane live separately. They are on their own.
Yeah.
At least he went and got married. At least he didn't bring the wife back to the parents' house and knock her up and then, have that whole perpetual thing here. So September 14th, 1987. Now, things up until this point in the last year or so have really, really there's been a lot more tension between these two. Yeah. And you would think there would be less once he moved out. He moved out and got married, Doug Jr. did. You'd imagine at that point things would ease up a little bit. Yeah. Maybe they see each other every couple weekends. They come over and have a couple burgers off the grill, watch a college football game and, whatever.
Yeah.
What do you have to fight about at that point?
Very
you don't live
little.
together.
Right.
You should never fight with your parents if you don't live with them.
No.
You really shouldn't. They want you to do something you don't want to do. You just go, no, I'm an adult. I'm not doing that. And then you hang up, and that's the end of the fight. There's no fight with that.
I don't know, man.
You don't fight.
You've got
with your
a
parents.
point, but at the same time, it's fuck.
Or tell them you're going to do it, and then don't do it. You live on your own. Who cares?
My wife's dad thinks he can just fucking tell us how to live our lives, and I'm not going to live like that. I'm not going to take a fuck. He's a Catholic man that's super duper Catholic, and that's fine. Whatever, do your thing. But he pulled some bullshit stunt that my wife didn't like, so we didn't see him for a little while, and then they wouldn't go out of their way to see us, so we weren't going to go out of our way to see them. So then he wrote to his clergyman at his church,
Jesus,
in an email.
Clergyman? What the hell does he have to do with it?
Hold on, it gets way worse.
What does God have to do with this?
He writes to all these fucking people for them to pray for us, to let them see their grandchildren, which was dumb. I'm not keeping my kids from you. It's just I'm not going to fucking come to your house that's 45 miles from mine. I'm not going to drive. So he writes to all these people and then threw a picture of my kids in there. And I was fucking furious that he would just show my picture to these guys. So
Fair enough.
And he copied me in the email. So I just replied to all, which was probably my first mistake. But I clicked reply to all, and I just said, the next time you send my kid's picture to pedophiles, please don't copy me in the email. And then clicked send. And then we didn't see them for like 6 months. So that worked.
Well, that's good. Well, you know what? That's good.
They didn't come around for a while.
Well, that ends the thing is,
you don't fight with your parents. You can if they're assholes.
You don't have to fight with them because you don't live with them.
You're not wrong.
What you just said was they did something. You said you didn't like it. Then you didn't talk to them for 6 months. That's not a fight. That's just, I don't have to listen to you.
It's an argument.
No, arguments go back and forth. That was just, we talked about it, now it's over.
Don't send my kids'
6
pictures
months.
to pedophiles. That's what I told them.
That's terrific. Yeah. That's how you fight with your parents when you don't live with them, because you don't have to fight with them. If you're arguing with them,
I guess I'm siding with you, kind of.
Yeah. Don't go over there if you're gonna fight with them. You don't have to fight with them.
Yeah.
You can just go home.
Yeah, that's true.
It's different if you live in the same house and they're paying the bills and
they just continue to bicker. Yeah.
You have to fight with them then, because you have to at least give them the respect to fight with them, because it's their house. But you're on your own. Fucking don't fight with them. So they're still fighting, though. They still bicker. They still have this problem.
Yeah.
Pictures of the kids to pedophiles all over the place. So I like your response, though. So on September the 14th, 1987, Doug Jr., he has a little bit of he's had enough today.
Yeah.
He said, I've had enough with this shit. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of my stepmom, mainly. Yeah. And I think I'm going to fucking take this matters into my own hands today.
Okay.
So he grabs a .22 rifle.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah. Grabs a .22 rifle, gets in his truck, drives to his parents' house.
Yeah.
Gets there. By the time he gets there, though, he cools down.
Okay.
He cools down a little bit and ends up changing his mind and goes in, talks to them. There's a little bit of an arguing and stuff like that, but he's cooled down to the point where he's like, what am I doing?
Right.
I'm not going to fucking shoot these people. They're my parents. I'm not going to shoot them, or my stepmom, whatever. Right. So he just leaves. He takes the gun. He leaves. Was in the car. He leaves it in the car. Gets in the car, leaves. Don't know what the hell I was thinking there. Yeah. Fucking my bad. You know what I mean? So next day, September 15th, 1987, Doug Jr. shows up at his parents' home just to talk. He says he's just showing up to talk, wants to talk to his dad. He finds his father's outside behind the house.
Okay.
So his dad's out there doing some shit. Doug Jr. walks up. He pops up out of the woods, which is an odd place to pop up. You'd expect most people come through the driveway.
Right.
Yeah, they come around the yard,
right.
Things like that. This would be like if he just zip lined in from the sky. He just rappelled down. He'd be like, what the hell? Where'd you come from? He just emerges from the woods like he's in Field of Dreams or something. So he emerges from the woods with a rifle in his hand.
Okay.
Whoa, what the fuck is that about?
So he changed his mind the day before, but today he's got a mind made up for murder.
Well, he says he tells his dad, I was squirrel hunting in the woods. That's why I'm in the woods. So I have a .22 rifle, and I was squirrel hunting in the woods, and I guess this is ample squirrel hunting grounds. Apparently, there's a lot good squirrel in there, boy. I'll tell you, you can make a hell of a burgoo out of that. And you take it on up to West Virginia.
Disgusting.
You entered in that contest, and you got yourself a burgoo champion, baby.
Thank you.
So, no, that sounded absolutely awful. And I believe
people sent me recipes.
Oh, I know.
And I refuse to make that shit.
I am not making burgoo.
No.
Plus, I believe that you can't... If you're going to put a squirrel in your burgoo, I believe it has to be off the road.
Right.
I believe it has to have been hit by a semi. That's the only way it's acceptable. I don't think you're allowed to shoot it.
The USDA approves it.
Exactly. It must be hit by a semi, then run over by at least 17 SUVs before they can finally dig it up and put it in your stew. Watch out for pebbles.
Right.
So yeah, he says, I'm squirrel hunting, whatever. That's why I have a gun. He's like, hey, why are you in the woods with a gun?
Right.
Like, I don't see what's happening.
Right.
I don't see your car, but you're in the woods with a gun. So he said, yeah, that's no problem. So Dad's like, all right, sure, because he likes to squirrel hunt. Mm-hmm. It's normal around there to walk around with a gun. Squirrel hunting, it's Virginia. Bizarre, but whatever. That's America. So, what a life.
What a life.
America.
That sounds vile.
America, what a life. That's our new slogan. And we don't mean that in a good way.
No.
So they go inside together. They go inside. They're talking.
Yeah.
They're having a talk.
Yeah.
Just chatting. Now, he says he's squirrel hunting, but in reality, he has that rifle because on this morning, he and his wife, or Doug Jr. and his wife, Christiane, drove to a spot on the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is a 10-minute walk on the other side of the woods from the parents' house. So they park outside of the woods there. Mm-hmm. He leaves Christiane in the car, takes the rifle, and walks 10 minutes through the woods to his parents' house. Pops out through the woods. Hey, Dad, just squirrel hunting.
Yeah.
How's it going? Oh, no, the rifle, no big deal. Hey, how about that Giants game? And they go inside. Yeah. I don't think they care about a Giants game. How about that Virginia game?
How about that Mountaineers game?
That's West Virginia.
Whatever.
What's Virginia?
They don't give a shit. Vautech?
No, Virginia. Who are they? They're not the Cavaliers. That's the Cleveland Cavaliers. What am I talking? What the fuck? Who are you, Virginia? What is your goddamn mascot? What's your stupid mascot?
The University of Virginia?
Yeah,
that one, UVA?
They have a UVA as a mascot of some kind. I have no idea. I'm mixing all the schools up at Tennessee. Vanderbilt's in there. I know that's not right. That's not even in Virginia. That's in Tennessee.
UVA mascot is the catastrophe?
No. The UVA mascot is the tiki torch.
It says the UVA mascot catastrophe. Are they
perfect? Moving on.
Is Virginia's mascot the catastrophe?
I think it is. That's probably his name.
It is a Cavalier.
It's a Cavalier. Yeah. Okay, Virginia Cavaliers. That's what I thought. All right, I thought I was out of my mind, but that makes sense. Okay.
I was going with Vautech. They're the Bulldogs, right?
Vautech is not.
What is that?
Virginia Tech. Maybe they are the. I don't fucking know.
Who cares? They're the Virginia Tech
tweet
shooters.
Us. We'll find out. Who cares? Ask Michael Vick. So
that would be great if they're the Bulldogs and Michael Vick went there.
The Pit Bulls. So. He's he leaves his wife in the car.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting. So she's sitting in the, imagine her. Okay, honey. And just sitting in the car on the side of the road.
I'm going to go kill my parents today. All right, baby, I'll go with you.
And he's got a rifle, and he's like, I'll be back in a little while. And she's like, okay.
Jesus.
What does she do at that point, too?
Jesus.
This is 1987, so she's not dicking around on her phone.
Yeah.
Like, she brought a book.
Yeah.
Like, presumably, she brought a book or like an Us Weekly or something and was like, okay, I'm going to peruse this shit because otherwise she's just sitting in the car. What a boring life for poor Christiane. Anyway, they discussed, the two of them, they discussed the previous day, the 14th when they were there, the Christiane and Doug Jr. had discussed killing the parents.
Yeah.
They talked about it, thought about it. They drove there, but he said at the time that he couldn't follow through and he just couldn't kill his family. He just didn't have the heart to do it. He couldn't follow through, but they still pissed him off.
Yeah.
But anyway, today, though, when he walks through the woods, also another thing he brought is a pair of rubber gloves with him, too. So he means business.
Yeah.
If you park away from somewhere to not be seen coming in or out, because that's how many of our murderer people have been caught that way. Right. Nosy fucking small town neighbors going, I saw a car.
I saw it.
I've seen it a couple times before, but not all the time. So I know he didn't live in it. So I just wrote down the license plate just to be safe. Like, there's those people. So he did that. He thought about that. He brought the rifle, rubber there's bad shit.
Plan.
Bad shit. Yeah, you think? This is definitely
this is premeditated.
Yeah. I would call this premeditated.
Right.
I would call this.
Vautech is the Hokey bird. Don't tweet us.
That's right. The Hokies. That's right. The Hokies. Forgot about that. Yes. So apparently so he's in there in the house. Doug Jr., Doug Sr. Doug Jr. has a .22 rifle and a pair of rubber gloves.
Okay.
Not looking good.
This is terrible.
Doug Sr. has no idea what's going on. He's like, I'm arguing with my son, which is normal.
Great, you brought rubber gloves. I was going to work on the lawnmower.
Yeah, and he probably had them in his back pocket or whatever. So apparently, Doug Sr. starts making. Doug Jr. brings up his mother.
Yeah.
Okay, his birth mother, his dead mother, brings her up as he often did, and Doug Sr. starts making disparaging remarks about her.
Oh no!
Starts talking shit, saying that basically. Doug Sr. is not only talking shit about his mother, the dead mother, he's talking shit about Geraldine, his wife, too.
Wow.
Doug Sr. saying that Geraldine is cheating on him.
He's making wild accusations right now.
Doug Sr. saying his own wife is cheating on him.
Right.
He's not saying anything about Doug Jr.'s wife or anything like that. He's saying, my wife is cheating on me. She's a no-good, lousy so-and-so, just like my first one, who was just as fucking lousy and unfaithful, too.
Wow.
Just like that one, I sure know how to pick them. Basically, yeah. So he's talking shit. He's saying, look, your mother was no fucking better. She cheated on me, too. She was a scumbag.
This is terrible.
And blah, blah, blah. So this is a horrible conversation right now, especially for a kid who's angry and been angry for 10 years and is holding a rifle and a pair of rubber gloves and no one has seen his car.
Not the guy to be spouting the shit.
Not the guy, but he doesn't think. This is a normal conversation that they have, apparently, these two, which is a terrible. I don't want to talk to my.
Fucking weird.
When you're 19, you want to talk to your dad about whether your stepmom's banging around on him and whether your dead real mom who died when you were a child who you have like this angelic picture of, whether she was fucking around too. No, I don't care about that shit if I'm not fucking. No, I don't want to know a goddamn thing about it. So they're arguing back and forth. Doug Jr. is trying to say that that's not true about his mother. Which he would have no way of knowing. He didn't know if his mother was cheating on him on the father when they were five.
She could have been blowing the doctor when she died.
Anything. Right. No one knows. That is a horrible scene that you just portrayed in my head. That is the why no one's ever. No one on their deathbed has ever said, "Just put it in my mouth just for a minute." It's never happened. Not once.
I can't go. I can't go without having.
It's the only way I want to go.
Without that taste.
Oh Jesus, that's the worst,
Poor
man.
lady.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that is poor cancer-riddled woman. So Doug Sr.'s like, look, fucking whatever, fine. You don't want to believe me. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't know why we're fighting about it. This really has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Tell you what, come outside with me. I just bought this car.
Okay.
I just bought this car. It was a car he was going to restore. He was possibly going to do it, restore it with the eldest stepson.
Okay.
With JJ.
Let me show you a project car that I bought.
I didn't do this with you.
With another kid.
That's not
my other kid. My special kid.
That's not
my
you.
happy kid.
Not you. Not the one with the dead mother.
I'm done hurting your feelings about your mother. Let me hurt your feelings about how I don't bond with you.
Let's go look at a car that's nicer than yours. That technically belongs to a 13-year-old.
That I'm going to take some of my money that could be bequeathed to you.
No, you can't have any, though, but I'm not going to give it to you. I'm not going to give any of this to you.
This is a terrible way to calm a boy down.
I'm giving you a belt buckle. That's what you're getting, Will. It was from your grandfather. That's what you're getting.
I hope it matters to you.
Money and cars and homes and things of that nature.
All the good stuff.
I'm going to give that to the good kids.
To the kids that I love.
Yeah, the ones that are not shunned. I have you're the shunned kid, and then
you're pissed off right now. Let me piss you off a little more.
It's like irrigation. You got to divert. Right. I'm diverted funds away from your area and into
my fertile field,
deserving area.
You know where the area where the good shit
where
grows.
Things might actually grow. You're kind of an arid, kind of a rocky desert.
All the vitamins are pulled out of your soils.
Kind of a sandy area is what you are. You're just a big sandy area.
You're like a murky swamp.
Just a murky. Makes sense?
Does that make sense to you?
There's mold in it because it just doesn't move.
You know where the catfish feed?
You know that slime that sits on top? It's thick. When a dragonfly lands on it, don't even break it. It's film like on pudding.
You know those rocks that you don't want to step on?
The sharp ones.
The slick rocks. Remember when you fell when you was a kid, when you hit that rock and you slid and you fell, busted your ass. That's the shit.
When you're making a metaphor. It's like a metaphor of a lot of things, honestly.
What I'm saying is you're a piece of shit.
Several things that in the end add up to you're not important to me as a child, a son, a member of my family, or frankly, as a human being. Now, come on outside. Let me show you this car I bought for your stepbrother who can't even drive yet. Come on now. It's beautiful. Oh, we're going to make it hum, baby.
It's going to be worth so much money.
The pussy he's going to get in this in high school? Woo-wee, boy. You're going to be jealous. I'm telling you. You're going to be jealous.
That's amazing.
I know you rode a bicycle, but he's going to be taken care of. So
we just basically took everything that we ever felt from childhood.
Yes, and just put it all out in
poured that shit into there.
into a dueling terrible Southern fathers. That's what we did there.
Holy shit.
Dueling terrible Southern fathers. That's us. Oh, that's a good one.
You ain't worth shit to me, boss.
I'd like those two on a porch discussing everything that happens. Those should be our new characters. Yeah. We need those two and Joyce the cokehead neighbor.
Right, Joyce very the nosy cokehead bitch.
It's coming, man. It's coming. So...
And now back to the show.
So at this point here, this happens. He just says, now let me show you this car. And he turns away. And as he turns away, Doug Jr.'s a little pissed off.
He's had enough.
Yeah. And as he turns away, Doug Jr. puts the rifle onto the back of his dad's head and shoots him.
Oh, my God.
So he said, that's about that.
That's not the way to solve that.
Come on, I'll show you the car. He said, I'll show you your brains on the wall. So
I'm a piece of shit, but I'm a great shot.
I'm a pretty good... Squirrels are tiny. Very tiny. Your head is very big.
What an asshole.
So he shoots him. Doug Sr. falls down to the ground, injured, obviously.
Yeah.
So Doug Jr. comes up and puts the rifle right between his eyes and shoots him again.
Oh, my God.
Cold fucking
Sweet
blooded.
Fucking Pete.
I mean, back of the head is one thing. When you're in the heat of an argument's one thing, but that gunshot didn't...
personal.
That didn't shock you back into reality.
Right.
You then said, oh, I'm finishing this job, and went over him like cold-blooded like a hitman and popped one between the eyes.
Face.
That's rough right there, man. That's serious shit right there. So he is dead at this point. What Doug Jr. does is then drags his father's body, because his father's kind of like half in and half out of the door.
Yeah.
So he drags his father's body back into the master bedroom and puts it in there on the other side of the bed, kind of hidden, and goes under his father's mattress and takes out a .22 pistol that he knows his dad has there. So now he's got a rifle and a pistol.
Yeah.
So he stays in the house.
Yeah.
So now he's sitting there. He waits for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes he's sitting there with his dead dad.
Yeah.
He doesn't run out of the house.
No.
Like, I just did this. I got to get the fuck out of here. He sits and waits for 15 minutes. He's got two guns, looking down at his dead dad. Think about this, too. 10-minute walk through the woods, talked to his dad for about 10 minutes. Now it's been another 15 minutes. So we're talking 35 minutes.
Yeah.
His wife's been sitting in the car.
Reading that goddamn book.
Reading her Glamour magazine or whatever the fuck she's reading. It's actually, she's like 19. She's reading like Tiger Beat in 1987.
She's so young.
Yeah, they're both 19 years old, these people.
Oh, my God.
They're young as fuck. So she's sitting in there, has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? I feel the worst for her, but she knows what's going on because he said, I'm gonna go kill my dad now. See ya. Be back soon. And she went, okay, bye.
Honey.
If you can get a couple squirrels on the way back, I'll put them in the pot tonight. We'll make some burgoo, and it's gonna be delicious. You knew exactly where I'm going there. So so he's waiting. He waits for 15 minutes. 15 minutes later, he hears some action in the front of the house. And it is his two little brothers getting home from school.
Oh, no.
So what he does is he hides behind a living room door. He's like, oh, shit, people. So he hides behind the living room door with his rifle there. And first one to come in, with him hiding, first one to come in is Donnie. He's 10 years old. He comes in and walks past... because he's hiding behind the door, so he just walks past him, doesn't see him.
Right.
So that's almost like a farce at that point. Like he's sitting there behind the door, and this kid's just boop, 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 boop. It's not a farce though, and it's not funny at all. Because as he walks by, Doug Jr. Shoots him in the back of the head.
Jesus.
With his rifle.
Fuck.
Shoots him in the back of the head. 10-year-old Donnie goes down to the ground. So as he falls down, Doug Jr. comes up and puts the rifle point blank to his right temple and shoots him again.
Fuck.
Okay, so that's your father's one thing. Okay,
right.
I get
you got anger and rage for him.
I get 10, 15 years of anger and rage and then talking shit about your dead mother. Right. And if you're not mentally stable anyway, I mean, I don't say I get it for me. I'm not killing someone over that. You're not. But if you're not that mentally stable and you think about killing your parents anyway, whatever. I see how that could happen. I'm not saying it's okay, but I see how that could happen.
I saw Why Did Johnny Kill on HBO.
Yeah,
and so I get rage of children, right?
This, on the other hand...
This is disgusting.
This is just...
unexcusable.
Oh, these little motherfuckers get to have a nice life. I'll show them. Right. That's what this is. This is not necessary, completely unnecessary. Right. It's not the source of his anger. No. It's not anything. Unnecessary bullshit right here. So... horrible fucking actions is what he's doing. So he shoots this, the young Donnie. So then 13-year-old JJ hears these shots in the living room because Donnie was ahead of him, and he turns to fucking run away.
Yeah.
Smartly, obviously. So he runs away, gets outside, but Doug Jr. follows him outside and shoots him twice as he runs.
Oh, my God.
Okay? Shoots him twice as he runs. This is the sickest fucking part of this thing. This son of a bitch, man, like I said, I got where he's coming from all the way up until
right now.
Yeah. You shot your dad, you had 15 minutes that you could have got your ass back in the woods, go get in the car, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
You shot your fucking dad. You can go home, you can pretend you didn't shoot your dad.
Right.
You can pretend whatever you want.
Start that whole game.
You can confess to it. Do whatever you want.
Right.
Say he deserved it, say he pushed you. I don't know what the fuck people do when they shoot people, but this is hard shit right here.
Yeah.
So what he does now, he shoots JJ twice as he's outside and he runs. So now he's down, JJ, and he can't run anymore or walk.
Right.
So Doug Jr. picks him up and helps JJ, arm around him like you'd help somebody walk. You know what I mean? Who's like sprained their ankle. Here, I'll help you off the basketball court. Helps him walk inside the house that way. Says, no, let me help you inside the house. Oh, thanks a lot. Helps him inside the house. And then he shoots him again.
Jesus
So
Christ.
he helped him inside the house because he didn't want to shoot him outside. That might draw attention. So he helps him inside the house so he could fucking shoot him again.
Wow.
Right in the forehead, too.
Oh, my God.
This person has no heart, this Doug Jr. No heart whatsoever. No heart. He then drags both of the boys. He drags JJ and Donnie back into the master bedroom again with the father. Now, the fucked up part here is he's standing there. So now he's in the living room, Doug Jr., and he's waiting presumably for his stepmom to get home now.
Come home.
He's hiding behind a door again, and what does he see? Walk into the room, fucking JJ. JJ's a tough son of a bitch.
Wow.
He's up and walks back into the living room.
Jesus Christ, how the fuck did he do that?
Now, Doug Jr. freaks out.
Yeah.
He's like, I just shot this kid 3 times. I shot him right in the fucking head, point blank range.
Right.
What is going on? So he freaks out and goes in and grabs a kitchen knife.
Oh, no.
Grabs a kitchen knife and stabs JJ 9 times.
Jesus
To make
Christ.
sure. 9 times. One of the stab wounds pierced the skull and penetrated the brain.
Oh my!
You know how fucking hard
the rage you have to
get through skull with a knife.
I can't imagine.
And penetrate the brain. I'm disgusted by this. Another of the wounds severed the carotid artery, and so there's JJ there. So at least it put him out of his misery, but I would have rather he lived.
Probably
obviously,
could have made it.
He might have been able to.
He's
make
up and walking.
Well, you know what? He might have if he was in a town with a fucking emergency room. He might have made it.
We
but
heard
in
about
this
that
town,
another town where a woman shot her husband in the face 3 times. And was it twice or 3 times?
Yeah.
It was 3 times.
3 times,
right?
yeah.
And he fucking died at the hospital.
He died after being fine. This would be like, well, Lynchburg's that way. I mean, fucking limp over there. Oh man! So now he's got everybody. He's killed both his little brothers.
He's got 3 bodies.
And his dad. 3 bodies, all dragged them all into the kitchen, or all into the master bedroom. So this doesn't freak him out enough. He just killed 2 children.
In a horrible way.
In a horrible way.
Holy shit, horrible way.
Shooting, close range shooting, helping him in.
Stabbing. There has to be blood fucking everywhere.
Oh, he's covered. He's covered. The house is covered.
Yeah. He's got a body in the back that's for sure leaking everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. 2 shots to the head, absolutely.
And one with the carotid artery severed.
Even if it's a 22 and it's not an exit wound blowing the brains out or anything like that.
There's still a hole
blood
in him.
leaking, and then the stabbing in the carotid artery, that is blood everywhere. It is a mess. So this has to look like a horror scene. Mm-hmm. So does he run away? Nope. Stays there. Calculated as fuck.
Yeah.
Nope. Going to stay here till Geraldine gets back because, that's probably...
We got to finish this.
Got to finish. I started it. I mean, one thing you hate. You hate to start something and not finish it.
Hate to leave leftovers.
You hate to start a book and then just not know the ending.
Hate to start a pot of burgoo and just not finish it.
Not finish it, man. Leftovers. So he waits.
That shit was already rotted meat in the first place.
Now,
It'll
what do you
get
think
real
it is after
rotted,
a week?
right.
So he's hiding behind the front door as she enters the house.
Oh, Jesus.
She comes in. He actually confronts her. He actually puts the gun to her head and said, "Hi, I'm fucking here, and I have a gun to your head."
Right.
He pulls the trigger, It doesn't fire.
Why?
Gun jams.
Okay.
Gun jams.
Yeah.
So now he's like, oh, fuck, Jesus, I can't shoot a kid. They come back to life, and now this one, the gun's jamming. Things have started to get out of hand. It's hard to kill for people.
Yeah,
it really is.
It is.
Things go wrong. Yeah. Things happen. That's why, like, hitmen charge a lot of money, because it's hard to plan it out properly and do it correctly.
Do it right.
It's not easy.
And you got to rely on some variables.
And there's variables.
Shit's got to work.
You got to have backups for your guns or whatever the fuck. Not small town murder approved behavior. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying this is why you hire hitmen.
Right.
Not that you should hire a hitman. I believe in doing it yourself, but don't kill anybody, please.
It ends up being an FBI agent.
Yeah. So now on this attempt, the pistol fires. Actually, but the bullet just grazes the side of Geraldine's head.
Okay.
So he grazes her. She falls down to her knees because psychologically people feel like when they get shot they need to fall down because that's what they've seen on TV.
Sure.
That's an actual psychological...
Oh, I'm sure.
They've studied it.
That makes sense.
People fall down to have enough force to knock you down. Like you see in a movie, someone shoots someone with a shotgun and they like fly off the ground. The only thing that would make you fly off the ground like that would be like an artillery shell because the way physics work is a projectile that weighs a fucking half an ounce can't knock a 200 person. No matter the force behind it would have to be insane. So that's the way it works.
The shell actually fucking explodes, and that's why it knocks you down.
So, exactly. So unless they hit a vital organ that makes you immediately lose all function, or you hit a spine or something, you fall down. It's learned behavior. I get shot, I fall down. So she falls down. So then he takes the knife that he used to kill JJ, which he has lying nearby, and he begins to go to work on Geraldine, and he stabs her a lot. And it's a lot of rage.
She is clearly the source of his anger.
She is his dad got two clean gunshots and a drag.
Yeah.
This is the source of his rage here. He stabs her 4 times in the upper right chest. Okay. So I'm going to stab you in the heart is what he's going for. He slashed her throat from complete side to side. Not just a little. He did it. Then downed her vertebrae column also. And he did it so bad that he severed the windpipe and all major veins and arteries in her neck. She was basically decapitated. It's basically the same wound that Nicole Brown Simpson had. Okay. It's the same thing. Okay. The OJ just about took your head off. Yeah. Barely hanging on by whatever.
What the fuck?
That's the rage this kid had. Yeah. The same rage that a 40-something-year-old, powerful, Hall of Fame level, powerful NFL football player had with a rocky relationship with a wife for 10 years where they cheated on each other and he beat her up and was mad at her for fucking everything.
He did that to
this guy had the same amount of rage.
She never cheated on you, bro.
19-year-old kid. So this is horrible. She had defense wounds to her hands, so she was trying to fight back and try. So now that everybody's gone, he's done everything he can do, I guess. What else do you fucking do at this point? Yeah. Sit or make a sandwich. It's better than the one guy who went in and ate a snack.
Yeah. In between
murders.
Took a break.
I'm going to have a Coke and a sandwich.
Those boys, his brothers, represent her to him. Yes. Because he was more vicious to them than he was to his own father, who fucking did this to him, who made him feel the way he feels.
These people are not, whatever.
And his dad didn't even do it to him. He did it to himself. He just tried to have a life. Right.
I don't know how they treated him or whatever, but that's not
It doesn't matter. You don't get to do this to people.
You don't kill people.
You let yourself feel a certain way. That's the end of it. That's the beginning and end.
Totally. You could tell he was jealous of those boys. You could just tell. How dare you have your mom, and then here, let me kill this woman because I don't have my mom, and no one should have their mom, and He needed a lot of psychological help, this guy, and he didn't get it, and it's bad. I don't know if that would have helped any, but fuck, it couldn't have hurt.
I mean, it sounds like he was pretty fucked up before Mom died.
He was fucked up anyway, and now the whole thing screwed him up really good. I hope they got him some help if he's 9 years old and his mom died and he was all freaked out. I hope, but in the 70s...
dads didn't do that shit.
No, that's the thing.
Sensitivity? Fuck you.
Plus, they were like a psychiatrist. My kid's not crazy. I'm not paying for that. Like, they were like, that's ridiculous. People still thought that was just silly
quack
hogwash.
Science.
Yeah, exactly.
They called them quacks.
Absolutely. So Buchanan runs. Doug Jr. here. He takes off. He runs from the house. Now he's in a hurry to the woods in his parked vehicle. First of all, what would your wife be saying if you got back to the car an hour later?
Covered in blood.
She'd be like, what the took you an hour to fucking kill those people? Because she knew what he was doing, but an hour? Really?
Right, an hour.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck are you doing in there?
I have shit to do.
God damn it. This magazine is mostly ads. There's not even a lot of articles.
Now your clothes are going to fuck the car up.
Plus, I don't read well.
The upholstery in this vehicle is going to take forever to clean.
And who's going to be the one
cleaning? You don't know how to
clean? Me. So they take off. Now, along the way to the car, he tosses his bloody tennis shoes. He's got bloody sneakers and the knife that he used as the murder weapon. He tosses them into a dumpster nearby when he pops out of the woods. As now his wife is driving. His wife's driving now, and as his wife drives him away in the truck, he tosses the rifle out of the window, which does not seem like a real good disposal method. Just that'll be fine there.
It'll be right there.
Out the window's a good place for it.
I don't have it. That's all that matters.
Where'd it go? Out the window. Good enough. All right then. Fuck, man, unbelievable. So he's this whole thing is crazy. So it takes a while, too, for the cops to see what's going on. And obviously, he's, this was meant, he did this on purpose because he hid and the car was there the whole time. So, September 17th, police find the bodies.
Jesus.
So 2 days later of festering in September in Virginia.
Jesus.
So it's warm. In 2 days.
That house is a disaster. It needs to be burned down.
And imagine walking into that scene and finding, first of all, a woman nearly decapitated in the kitchen.
Right.
Two children, 2 dead children,
with shots everywhere.
One dead child in the living room, with stabbed to shit, stabbed the Christ out of that kid, and then find another one back here. I mean, that's just a disaster. County Sheriff Investigator Duval Doss is there. He's the guy that works on the case. He says, "quote We talked to Doug several times. It gets to the point where I tell Doug, I know he did it, and I'm going to get you."
Oh boy!
So he's telling him, "I know you did this," and Doug's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Terrible. My dad got killed. I don't know what's going on." This Doss guy, this is smart here. You can convince dumb people to take a polygraph. I don't know what it is. Anybody else, if you're smart, you're like, I'm not fucking taking a lot. Eat shit.
What are you talking about?
Especially if you're guilty.
Right.
People that I can beat the box.
Right.
How arrogant are you? Maybe if you have training, if you're in the CIA or something, or if you're on a bunch of drugs that can calm your whatever.
Right.
Other than that, if you can't just go in there and be like, I'm
good.
Yeah,
let's do it.
These people, they're stupid. What do they know? So he talks, this Doss talks Christiane into taking a polygraph.
Oh, gets Christiane
to do it, the weak link. And they take her to Appomattox to do it. She fails miserably, obviously, because she's lying about everything.
Right.
Now, Doss says, quote, Doug was going to take it, then they disappeared.
They both disappeared.
So before they could take it and get him in on us, locked in on a story, they disappear. Okay, they're trying to figure out where they are. They track them down. They're connected to forged checks that were cashed in Roanoke.
Oh boy!
And maternity clothes had been purchased because Christiane is pregnant. So they're like, that makes sense. She's pregnant. Of course she's pregnant. Because of course you take your pregnant 19-year-old wife to hide on the other side of the woods so you can go kill your whole fucking family. Jesus Christ, you dumb shit,
and also,
fucking redneck asshole.
Then you're on the run and you're
a pregnant
forging
woman.
Checks.
What is the end game here? What's the end game? We'll get to Mexico and have our child and call him Pablo and just pretend like we live there forever. What is your fucking plan?
So dumb.
Jesus, we're going to have Mexican anchored children and they're going to have to let us stay there because that's how it works.
These are Mexican citizens. Y'all gotta keep us.
Y'all gotta keep us. So, so they're connected there. No one could identify the couple. Actually, they couldn't identify them physically for some reason. No one had enough memory. They all had a little too much moonshine that day.
Identify the couple,
like at the stores where the checks were from.
Gotcha. They all look the same.
But one of the store owners wrote down the tag number of the pickup truck they were driving because he just found them odd.
Really?
Which nosy small. That's the other. Dude, that's so.
How odd do you have to be to stand out as odd in Virginia?
Well, this is why two kids like that.
Yeah.
This is why we do small town murder because, like in big cities, nobody would write down anybody's tag. You don't give a shit about anybody's tag number. No one cares. But in these small towns,
tell that person to get fucked and leave you alone.
Yeah, get out of here. small towns crimes are solved differently. They are. They're solved by a guy in a store didn't like the looks of that one and wrote down his tag number. You don't get that in San Francisco. No one goes, I didn't like the looks of that one. I wrote down his license plate. Maybe he's the one. That doesn't happen. So
in San Francisco, they go, you keep being weird. You be you. Let your freak flag fly.
How many fucking people? They don't talk like that there. This is the only difference. But literally, how many people have been caught by a nosy person writing a tag number down? There's probably been 10 episodes. Yeah. It's ridiculous. So what they did do, though, they are completely stupid because the couple, before Christiane and Doug Jr., before they left, they had never been arrested. Neither of them had a criminal record. So they agreed before anything to have their fingerprints and photos taken by the police. Okay. They're like, yeah, we got nothing to hide. Sure. Here's your fingerprints. Right. So at least they have that now on file, which they didn't have before. Doss said, quote, they ran because they thought they would get arrested on checks. Okay, so that's September 17th, and the next week this all happens. This goes on till October 2nd.
Jesus
So they're gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Finally, in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, Christ, of all places.
That's way worse. So they end up turning themselves in Albuquerque.
Yeah. Like, we're broke
this
already.
This is terrible.
We didn't make it.
And we're in Albuquerque.
Our truck's out of chaos.
Tell you what, jail's better than Albuquerque. So call Virginia. Someone call Virginia.
If we don't turn ourselves in, we're going to have to stay here forever.
We're going to have to live in Albuquerque. Oh, hell, I'm not raising my child in Albuquerque. I'd rather he be born in prison than raised in Albuquerque. No. Oh, man.
That's amazing.
So Doug Jr. confesses to everything.
Really?
Spills it. Gives it up.
Albuquerque drew it out of it.
Drew it out of him. Well, they sent people from Virginia to go get him out there. He said that after he decided to shoot his dad, after he decided to shoot his relatives, he killed his dad first, dragged the body, says the whole thing. He even admits he waited for the two stepbrothers. He waited for them. He said he,
stalked
ambushed them and jumped them and premeditated. He admits. He admits to some capital fucking murder is what he does here. Now, when asked about the murders, he says, quote, they never treated me like a son. They treated me like an outsider all the time. I mean, I don't think they cared. He says that it wasn't any particular thing that set him off at the time. He said, quote, there was no one thing that they could have done or would have done. It's just that, they never talked to me when I was living there.
I'm get familiar.
That. That sounds very familiar, but also, too, how much of that is you feeling like that?
How much of that, though, is you don't get to kill people? What the fuck are you doing?
No matter what, you don't get to kill people. And also, when you're in that situation, how much of that is you feel like shit about yourself, so you feel like nobody talks to you, and you feel like you're an outsider, even when they would like you to join the festivities. I can see that, too.
They've probably called you and asked you to be there, and you're like, y'all don't make me feel included.
Even if they told him to eat dicks and go sit in his room, you still don't get to kill him. Get to be 18 and then move out of the fucking house.
And go away.
You already did that. Right. You even have a wife, and you're starting a family. Why are you
talking
to these people?
Right.
You never have to talk to these people ever again.
Right.
That's the thing. He never had to see these people ever again.
I don't think his dad is sending him emails with the clergy included.
That's probably not. So they charge him. He is charged with capital murder for killing, quote, more than one person as part of the same act or transaction. Which I find odd in the words of the law.
Why transaction?
It's a weird verbiage in the law there.
He didn't give money for anything.
Transaction.
He didn't exchange anything.
How do you kill someone in an act or transaction?
He did exchange his freedom for their life.
He exchanged bullets for their blood, I guess, I suppose. He exchanged a knife for, 4 separate indictments. They also charged him with first-degree murder of each victim, and also he was charged with 4 counts of use of a firearm in the commission of a murder. Jesus. He pleads not guilty to all charges because he's out of his fucking mind. Now, the Doss investigator, he says a guy named Danny VR, who was assigned to the forged checks case, was the key to the whole thing. He's the guy who tracked them all down, and he coordinated with the Lynchburg Police Department to track them down, and then ended up going to New Mexico with Doss to pick them up.
Okay.
Now, December 31st, New Year's Eve, 1987, they're both in custody, Christiane and Doug Jr.
What is she charged with? Just a conspiracy?
She's charged with murder.
Fuck
yeah.
Okay.
She was driving
She's
the
aware
getaway
now.
car.
Yeah, now she knows.
drove to the liquor store with them and did not get out of the car.
She
is just as responsible for that Korean lady's brains as he is. So that night, Christiane gives birth to a baby boy.
Oh, boy.
In police custody.
Right, and it's named Douglas III.
Yeah, Sheriff's Department, we don't know actually what it's named, because they end up giving it up for adoption.
They have to.
Thank fuck for
that. They have to.
Well, she might have parents or something that she could give it to.
I guess.
No, because they raised her.
Yeah.
So no.
They don't get her.
I want that baby nowhere near anybody who had anything to do with either one of these fucking people.
Full new family.
Full new. So the Sheriff's Department spokesman said, quote, "The arrangements as far as the child is concerned are being handled by the family," which scared me. They said that, quote, "She will be there for a couple days at the hospital, whatever the doctor says. If the family doesn't come to come up with a place for the baby," it's at her point to figure out who's taking the baby at that point. Then the State Department of Social Services will take the baby. The police spokesman said that there's guards with her at the hospital there.
Of course.
Obviously, Doug Jr. is in jail. He's not. He's
in
not.
Trouble.
They don't. Well, he didn't get to go there and hold her hand during childbirth. He's in a little bit of trouble. That's a good way to put it. He hasn't asked to see the child at all.
Not once.
The sheriff's representative said. They said so. The press asked him if there could be arrangements made for a visit, and the sheriff's department guy said, "quote, that would be doubtful." That's no. They did say the mother and baby are doing fine.
Yeah.
They said, "quote, we've had inmates that were pregnant before but not giving birth. It's kind of a strain on manpower."
Sure.
I would imagine so. So now they have to have a nursery there too.
They have 4 fucking guards.
Yeah, 4. So they give the son up for adoption. Now, March 29th, 1988, Christiane's trial begins. For the murder here. They're trying to get it. They get them separated.
Yeah.
They get them severed. Her defense attorney says the excessive publicity around it. They want it moved out of Amherst County.
Sure.
And just away from there. But the judge, Robert Goh, denies the motion, saying the defense failed to prove the coverage of the vicious stabbings would prohibit them from receiving a fair trial.
Amazing.
Yeah, so they were like, okay.
Now what?
Yeah, now her attorney declined to say whether he expected a difficult jury selection, since everyone in town knows about this. There's only 2,000 fucking people.
Right.
Or whether that now, meaning, see, this is what I don't like. He's saying that, who knows, she might plead to a lesser charge now because she's not going to be able to get a fair trial, which that kind of sucks. If you're going to plead because you don't think you're going to get a jury that's impartial.
I mean,
that's tough. I don't give a shit about this particular lady, but if that was if you were innocent, that would suck. You know what
brutal.
I mean? Like, I don't want to plea, and I can't get a fair trial. What do I do here? But they did say that she will be tried separately from Doug, which is good.
Nice.
Anytime you're not in his presence is best. His lawyer said, quote, "A trial by herself is in her best interest. The evidence tends to indicate that he was more responsible for what took place than she was. We certainly did not want her tried with him."
Yeah.
No shit.
I mean, he's solely responsible for the acts. For the acts of it.
She drove him there and knew he was doing it and participated and was an accessory, but she didn't cut a woman's head off or stab a child 9 times. It takes a special kind of person to do that. It's a completely different thing here. He is charged with, like we said, 4 counts of capital murder, and they are saying they are going for the death penalty here.
Boy.
They want the death penalty from him. So April starts. His trial goes on in April. In the opening statements, the prosecutor tells the jury that he will be asking for the death penalty based on vileness, which is actually a legal term it's in the aggravating jargon. It's a certain vileness of the crime. Remember, it was heinousness for the one crime. They have their own language.
They
but
have
basically,
vileness down there.
Yeah, if you do something, I believe this is legally the language. If you do something, quote, particularly shitty, I believe is how they put it. That's an aggravator.
Right.
He said in his opening statement, the prosecutor conceded that, yes, Doug Jr. had a troubled childhood.
Right. He's guilty of nudnickery, for sure.
He's guilty of so much nudnickery at the very least. He said that, he tells the jury that, look, you're going to have to balance the fact that, yes, he had a shit childhood, but he also killed 4 people.
Right.
So, kind of balance that out. Right. But the prosecutor went in saying, like, trying to preemptively be like, they're going to tell you that he had a shit childhood, so it's okay to kill people. It's fucking not.
It's not.
Okay? He did have a shit childhood. It's tough shit.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sure he said, too, this is in the 80s in Virginia. Yeah. He could tell people, how many of your parents whooped you? Yeah. How many times did you get told to pick a switch?
How many times did you pick your own beaten stick?
How dead are your parents? Not dead? Right. All right, then. Right. Well, then he's the outlier.
How much wind do your parents draw every day?
Yeah, no shit. Now,
and if they are dead, was it on your behalf?
Did you do it?
Did you do it?
Should you be sitting here or should you be sitting over here? The defense counsel outlines the mitigating evidence. He says that he's asking that Doug Jr. not be executed, at least based on the evidence of this terrible trial, and obviously his father deserved it. I mean, his childhood, terrible. Jesus. So 2-day trial. They have
2 days.
2-day trial. Oh, not exactly OJ. It's
speedy.
It's a speedy. That's constitutional. That's a speedy trial.
Well, he got half a day per body. That's what he got.
That's it, man. That's oof. They didn't even. It was 7 defense witnesses and 8 prosecution witnesses. Jesus. So that's 15 witnesses in 2 days, and the fuck out.
Done deal.
Buchanan, Doug Jr., his witnesses talked about how his mother died from breast cancer and his father's marriage and how hard it was on him, and they talked about, like, relatives of his talked about how like his maternal relatives talked about how that the father would not let him see them, and that was very hard on Doug Jr., and he was kept away from his family after his mom died. And difficult, yes. Tough thing, but doesn't matter.
Reason for murder?
No. I don't think so. A psychiatrist also testified that Doug Jr. was under extreme emotional distress at the time of the crime, based largely on the stress caused by the manner in which the family had dealt with and reacted to his mother's death 10 years ago. So he's under extreme emotional disturbance from something that happened 9 years ago. You should be able to cool off.
And now back to the show.
So 9 years. I would say 9 years is enough time to chill the fuck out and be cool with it. And I wouldn't call any of this a reaction to anything. Reactions don't happen 9 years later, usually. Also, they had 2 other mental health experts testify for the prosecution, and they said that, yes, they agreed with everything, and said that, that's tough on a kid, but doesn't make you kill people generally, psychologically. That's not the math problem. Well, when that happens, obviously they're going to kill.
That's not the cause and effect.
Yes,
that's not the equal.
If you have a 9-year-old and their mom dies, put a pillow over his face, because protect yourself, because he's going to kill the whole family one of these days. Now, Doug Jr. testifies during the trial, which I guess you'd have to at this point, because what do you have to lose? He testifies that he did not intend to kill anyone. He said he thought about killing his stepmother the night before. That's true. He thought about that, but he stopped himself, and he said he just went to the house to talk. But prosecution brings up, then why did he park his car on the other side of the woods and bring rubber gloves and a rifle and have his wife driving the getaway car and all that sort of thing here.
It's so hard to understand somebody saying that when there are 4 bodies.
That's the thing.
You didn't intend to kill all 4 people?
But I just brought my rifle with me just in case I changed my mind in the middle of it and said, now I intend to.
And then took the weapon from his dad and then shot everybody with
and
that,
then
too.
Said, I'll cut this lady's head off because this gun isn't quick enough for me.
I didn't intend to kill him.
No, I sure did.
Until that one got up and came walking back into the living room.
And I said, you know what? I'm going to kill all these fucking people. I'm going to do that. Now, under oath here, he said that he was talking with his father, and he said, quote, he said that Doug Jr. said that he was getting mad himself. He said he was getting mad. He said, quote, I was sweating, I was getting real hot, and I was shaking. He said he tried to defend his mother, and his father broke off the conversation, like, away from it while he was trying to defend his mother. And he said his dad said, quote, that's it. Let's go out and look at this car I bought for JJ. Let's go look at this car I bought for your stepbrother. And he said it was at that point that he just shot his dad. He was like, that was the last straw. That was the last straw here, which... understandable in a way. If you're a psychopath like this and you're there to kill and you're waiting for the moment, that's going to be the moment right there.
I feel like his dad took a very weird pleasure in making him mad, though.
I feel like that, too.
It's got to be.
It's very possible.
How do you go from...
Why would you start talking about how his mother was unfaithful to him? Why would you bring that up?
And when he's had enough of that and he's defending his mother, why do you change the topic to how much better you treat your stepson?
That's what I mean.
That's fucking unbelievable.
He's got a weird thing with it. There's a weird relationship
here. That's really fucked.
In the closing arguments...
Not a reason to die.
No. Fuck no. Just you're a shit father.
Right.
You deserve no Christmas presents.
Not very nice. nice.
You deserve no Christmas presents, and maybe not to see your grandkids that much.
Or a really terrible Christmas gift. You know what I mean?
Just nothing. Ignored.
An exceptionally just minuscule
something
token.
Really poor.
Yeah, of go fuck yourself, like a caramel in a box or something.
Yeah, like one of those shit, like pre-packaged, like, oh, here's a summer sausage and a cheese thing.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal, too.
Those are terrible. Nobody wants that shit from Hillshire Farms. There you go. The summer sausage that was packaged in 1974. Enjoy. So now, closing argument, the prosecutor tells the jury, quote, even if you find that there was vileness, that you do not have to return the death sentence, I will not suggest that to you. So he says, yeah, you fucking...
It's up to you.
It's up to you. He says there is mitigating evidence. I agree. He agrees the jury has to weigh this evidence against the conduct. The prosecutor wasn't a real heavy-handed, wasn't one of these guys that's like, the hell of fires are burning. He wasn't one of these guys. He was very much like, hey, you know what? Let's be cool about this, and this is how it is, and that's it. Because he kind of...
If you find mitigating factors, you find mitigating factors.
You kind of don't have to push it over the... You're on the 1-yard line. Just fall in. It's one of those. Just nudge it in, because just the crime scene photos alone.
That's enough.
It's going to be rough here. He says that the prosecutor argued, though, that he thought the circumstances definitely warranted the death penalty.
Okay.
Now, defense counsel also explained mitigation, and he said that, quote, practically any factor can be considered in mitigation.
Okay.
That's true, but not, it has to outweigh murder.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty heavy factor.
Yeah.
He discussed for a long time, Doug Jr.'s lack of any criminal record, his extreme mental and emotional disturbance at the time of the offense, his significantly impaired capacity to appreciate the criminality of his conduct or to conform his conduct to the law's requirements, and his youth.
Sure.
So he's saying he's young, crazy, and never did anything before. He just snapped. He's fine. Let him out someday.
Oh, boy.
He says that those 4 mitigating factors, all recognized in the Virginia Code, mitigated the offense, and everything should be good. I'll see you guys in a little bit, and you'll let him go, I'm sure. Have a good one, guys.
This is bananas.
That's what he's saying. It should be fine there.
Right.
So the jury instruction on the whole thing, and this will be a big deal, the jury instruction, because the problems with the jury and the jury instruction become something that he really focuses on and appeals here.
The only mitigating factors I'm going to accept are
he was trying to kill me.
Doug Jr. pulled up into the driveway, and they were all 4 perched in different windows, taking pot shots at his car.
I was going to say,
and then he rolled out. He tumbled
ninja
out
roll.
The car, ninja roll, and then he drew down on all of them.
Like a Christmas Story.
Yeah.
He was shooting as they're coming over the fences and shit. Yeah.
Like an old Western. He just starts popping them out of windows. That's the only circumstance.
He walked in the door. He had he brought some donuts over. He had some pastries. He's like, hey guys, I brought pastries. And as he put him down, his dad bum rushed him, tackled him from the back, and tried to take his pants down and rape him in the kitchen. I'll accept.
While the other 3 held guns on him.
I would accept that at that point. I'd be like, wow, good job cutting your head off. I don't know how you did that. This guy's Superman. You fucking diehard over here.
But instead, he ambushed them.
So it's not like that. Right. So anyway, the judge, what they do is they instruct the jury that first they have to obviously, the Commonwealth, the state must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the conduct was vile, which I don't think there's any doubt there.
That's my favorite word, too.
Vile.
Yeah.
The instruction next stated that if the jury found that the condition met, quote, then you may fix the punishment of the defendant at death, or if you believe from all the evidence that the death penalty is not justified, then you shall fix the punishment of the defendant at life imprisonment. So that's what he's telling them. Buchanan, Doug Jr., requested several additional jury instructions be given. He says that number one should be they should instruct them special on mitigating factors, on the no significant history of criminal history, extreme emotional, the same thing as the lawyer said, significantly impaired, the whole deal. He also proposed that they say that they instruct the jury, quote, in addition to the mitigating factors specified in other instructions, you shall consider the circumstances surrounding the offense, the history and background of Doug Jr., and any other facts in mitigation of the offense. Basically, you should really plead my case for me with them before they go decide what happened. The court said, go fuck yourself. We already had a trial. If you wanted to say all that shit, you fucking should have said it then. Your lawyer could have said it. As a matter of fact, he did say it. He just said it in closing arguments. So we're good now. Thank you. Yes, the jury does not take very long to convict him. They find him guilty of capital murder for killing his dad and 4 first-degree murders and firearm offenses.
Jesus.
The actual now during the penalty phase with the jury, the actual jury instruction here, and this I find interesting because I've never sat on a jury where you have to decide between life or death on somebody.
Right.
So I'd like to know what the fuck they say to you at that point.
It's got to be fucking dark.
Quote, you have convicted the defendant of an offense which may be punishable by death.
There it is.
You must decide whether the defendant should be sentenced to death or life imprisonment.
And a guy says that in like a cloak with like a black...
With a gavel looking down on you from 4 feet high. Like, oh, shit. That's, whoa, wow. With statues of naked women with scales. It's fucking crazy.
He has to put on a very old white roller wig.
Yes, to do this. Yeah. Quote, before the penalty can be fixed at death, the Commonwealth must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that his conduct in committing the murders of his family was outrageously or wantonly vile, horrible, or inhumane, in that it involved torture, depravity of mind, or aggravated battery to the above 4 victims or to any one of them. If you find from the evidence that the Commonwealth has proved beyond a reasonable doubt the requirements of the preceding paragraph, then you may fix the punishment of the defendant at death, and then blah, blah, blah with the life imprisonment as well.
Right.
So that's what they tell you.
Yeah.
Vileness.
It's horrible.
Inhuman.
That's
all
a
of these
brutal way of
things.
saying it all.
April 29th, 1988 is the verdict. Like I said, they were instructed they could give him one or the other.
Right.
And they give him, the jury on May 2nd stated that they unanimously find his conduct to be vile.
Yeah.
And, quote, having considered the evidence and mitigation of the offense, it unanimously fixed his punishment at death.
Wowza.
So they say he's death. Now, the judge has to sign off on this, so it's not set in stone
not guaranteed yet.
The jury returns with the death penalty. They sentence him to death. And life in prison for each of the other ones, and so it's basically he's got like 4 life imprisonments and then another 4 for the firearms.
Right.
So he's got like 8 life sentences and a death penalty.
He's
fucked.
It's over.
He's fucked. So July 2nd, 1988.
Can you imagine being told those words?
Wow, that's brutal. I can't imagine having the memories of cutting my little brother's head off and everything else either. So. Fuck, man. He's got worse shit floating around in his head.
Oh, sweet fuck.
On July 2nd, 88 is Christiane's verdict, and she is convicted. She sobs while they do it. He's emotionless. Just he
sawed a woman's head off.
Yeah, he's got nothing where she is just, wow. She's freaking out.
I expected you to say all of these words. Did you see what I did to my family?
Did you see that? Right. She is sentenced to 4 life sentences.
Oh,
Christiane.
Fuck.
So she is freaking out. She's crying. She said, quote, this should have never happened. I wish there was something I could do to change all this. I would do anything to have them back. More like I would do anything to not be going to jail forever.
I would do anything for me to save my own skin.
Yeah. The judge in her case said, quote, the horror and enormity overshadow everything else. The horror and enormity control the case. She collapsed into the chair and the whole deal. They had to pick her up and stand her there so she could sob some more.
Right.
Bad choices for her going out with this guy. I don't think she would have killed anyone on her own.
No.
Put it that way. This asshole. No. So he's ruined. That's 5 lives now.
Yeah.
And his own.
6.
Fuck his own.
7 with that baby.
With the baby.
mean, the baby probably saved that baby's
6.
life because it's off now having a much better life than it was going to have.
I would think so. Now, August 20th, 88 is the sentencing here. Yeah. He argues for a lesser sentence. He says that also, not only shouldn't he get death, he suffered a seizure while he's been at county jail, and he needs more neurological tests.
No.
And he testified that he wants more tests.
No.
And that you can't sentence me. He says before he's sentenced, they said, do you want to say anything? And he went, yes, I do, which is smart if you're in this situation. He said exactly what you should say in this situation if you want to get less of a penalty. Yeah. Although if you cut people's heads off, it doesn't work all the time.
They don't consider it usually.
He said, quote, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm sorry the community and families involved have to have this pain. I sometimes ask myself why. I guess that's an answer I'll have to find out for myself. Yeah. I guess you will, motherfucker.
What?
The judge.
I mean, I guess that's an answer I'll have to find out for myself. How about when you find it, relay it to us?
Yes. The judge, now he's emotionless here, Buchanan. He's straight-faced. The judge affirms the verdict and says, quote, "The sentence of death is appropriate and just. You, sir, may fuck off. Take a hike, mister."
Yeah.
It's automatically going to be appealed to the Virginia Supreme Court, obviously. His defense attorney said, quote, "We got everything, we got in everything we wanted to for the appeal," which they had to set up all the appeal shit. He's immediately sent to state prison after that.
Yeah.
After sentencing, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
The Commonwealth's attorney, Edward Meeks, says, quote, "I feel very satisfied that the jury brought back a just verdict.
Yeah.
I thought it was the most appropriate verdict under the circumstances."
Sure.
Quote, "When you kill 4 people in the manner that he did, there has to be accountability."
Yeah.
It took a lot for them to come back with this decision. One of the jurors, they talked to one of the jurors in this, and they also talked to the defense attorney. The press does here. One of Buchanan's attorneys here he said, quote, "I think the most damaging thing was the deaths of the children." No shit. There was no reason. Even in his statements, Doug just couldn't justify a reason. And that's one of his attorneys that said that.
Right.
Like, look, he just didn't have... He couldn't say why. He was just like, I don't know, they were there too, and I was pissed at them because I'm jealous.
Well, if I didn't shoot them, they were going to see their dad, and I still had to get mom.
Yeah.
That's really what happened.
The juror in this case said, quote, "I think it was the brutality and the children. It all added up."
Yeah.
So, he said they decided, it took 3 votes to decide on the death penalty to get everyone unanimous on it in there. He said the evidence was, quote, "was all well reviewed and real carefully because it was a real hard decision to make. It was the fairest jury possible." Okay. He said that the jury said that the evidence was the evidence about the traumatic childhood. They thought about it and they talked about it, but it didn't outweigh the absolute fucking brutality that he committed. Quote, "It's a lot of people who have childhood problems. It wasn't that extreme. I just think the whole jury felt that way." That's what the juror said. Exactly. He was a little pissed off at his parents. So what? He would have been a little emo.
Right.
Literally, if this was a few years later, he would have just fucking worn black and listened to Marilyn Manson, and he would have been fucking fine. If it was 1993,
right.
Or even if he could have lasted 3 more years, 9 Inch Nails came out, he could have listened to Pretty Hate Machine over and over again, and he could have
just fucking thrive on the hatred that you have.
I just want something I can never have over and over again with the fucking din, 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 and he could just be depressed and sullen, be a dickhead. So do that. His attorney said, I don't know, basically. He just said fucking, the attorney said they tried to put together there was an absence of a critical event that would set the slayings in motion. His dad didn't backhand his wife the night before, or nothing happened there. So on direct appeal, Doug Jr. here has a couple of stupid appeals. One is that he says that the capital murder indictments against him didn't give him sufficient notice of the charges against him, which he had to defend. He wasn't aware that they were going to charge him with murder. Wow. He argues that the various indictments permitted the jury to convict him of more than one capital murder based on the death of the same person, Buchanan Sr. This actually ends up being true.
What's that?
Basically, there's a few different things here, and we'll get to that. They convicted him twice of the same killing of the same person.
Okay.
They convicted him for 5 murders of 4 people.
Okay.
That's the problem here. Now, we'll get to that in a second, but there's also other things in here. They talk about the jury voir dire, the questions that were asked. They said that
they're trying to go with double jeopardy there?
No. They're saying that
well, not even double jeopardy, because double jeopardy
just
means
convicted him.
Right.
So they're trying to get one of those thrown out.
Okay.
Also,
and the one that he wants thrown out is the death penalty one. Well, oddly enough,
clearly that's going to be the one. Can we just take the lighter one? So also the court would not allow his attorneys, Doug Jr.'s attorneys, to ask the jury 2 specific questions that they wanted to ask, and they said that was a reason too. The questions were, quote, "From what you read or heard about the case in the newspapers, what impression do you have about the case? And, quote, do you believe that a death sentence is the only appropriate punishment for capital murder?" The second one, there's case law on that of what you can ask them. But the first one, I think it's just the way you ask them. You can ask them, have you heard anything about this in the newspapers? That's all you can ask them,
okay.
I believe, at that point. And if they say yes, then you can ask, I think, a follow-up question. But I don't think you can just ask that out of the blue, assuming, because he's saying, from what you've read and heard about it in the newspapers, assuming that you have. And I think that's what the judge says, don't imply that these people have.
They may not know how to read. This is Virginia.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. That's a problem. The court sets aside the redundant conviction for his father's murder, but still death.
Yeah.
Still fuck you.
They took that life sentence one out.
Tell you what, now you got 4 and you're still dying. So you feel better now, dickhead? The jury shit.
You win,
shit.
you lose.
Yeah. Sorry, asshole. God damn.
Yo, that's brutal.
That's amazing. I love it.
You win. What does that mean? Nothing. Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
Doesn't change shit.
On your record, it will say you have 4 murder convictions and not 5 now. So that make you feel better?
You know how 4 people are dead? You're still going to die.
You're still going to die. It's kind of like if you had a menu and you had grilled cheese on it. You took the grilled cheese off it when you made a new menu, but you still make grilled cheese. It's still on there. But it's just not on the technical menu now. But if you need it, it's in the back. We got cheese and we got bread, so don't fucking around. So 92, he's petitioning for a writ of habeas corpus and the whole deal. They deny the petition. There's U.S. Supreme Court again denies to listen to his ass too. 1996, he seeks federal habeas relief here. The district court denies the petition. The court appeals of the Fourth Circuit appeals the conviction, or affirms the conviction. Now, though, 96, he's appealing on 5 claims here. He says 1 is related to the competence of his trial counsel, because no matter what, they'll say their counsel sucked. Yeah. They could have the greatest lawyer in the world, which is fine.
Because they didn't win.
They didn't win. Yeah, he wasn't that great. He didn't win.
If he didn't win, he has the worst counsel
terrible.
Ever. Right.
3 alleged errors in his trial. 3 of alleging errors in his trial based on his incompetence, and 1 challenging the adequacy of the Virginia Supreme Court's appellate review. So they are saying that he's saying that the court should have given more detailed instruction on mitigation, that was bullshit. They should have given him the specific things he asked for, talk about my criminal record, my clean record, talk about all that. Basically, the same arguments he had before.
His counsel didn't bring up that he had no record?
Yeah, he did, but the jury, he wanted that special jury instruction from the judge, and they were like, yeah, you've said that already.
You said that in your trial,
That's called the case and your closing arguments and everywhere else. So
you've got plenty of opportunity to tell them that. Why do I need to tell them that?
Yeah, we're good here.
That's like if a judge said that, though, if I'm sitting on a trial and the judge, they do their case and they run through the trial, then the judge turns to me and says, now everybody understand that man had a clean record until this event.
Yeah, I go, so? As a jury, I'm looking at the guy next to me like, is that what?
As a guy on the jury, I'm looking at the guy next to me being like, is the judge telling us that we don't fucking
I don't understand what he's saying.
Is he telling us we acquit? We get out of here?
I feel like, I
feel like he's telling us that man didn't do it because he for sure was clean. Is the judge
what are we talking about? Is that what we're saying?
Is that what they're told us to?
Or I'd be like, is that supposed to fucking matter? Did he? But he killed these people, right?
At some point, anybody that does bad shit, at some point in their life, didn't do bad shit.
That's the thing. Right. At some point, when he was 9, he was a nice kid. Right. I gotta tell you.
So is the judge telling us to fucking acquit, or is he telling us that this is his first time that he really fucked up?
Yeah.
Is the judge like rahooing that this guy fucked up?
I think so, yeah.
Is the judge being like, can you guys believe he did nothing before this shit?
It's amazing. Nothing. I mean, no
and
criminal
now there's
record.
4 bodies.
He didn't kill anybody. He didn't rob anybody. It's pretty amazing, honestly. It's remarkable if you think about it. None of us have that. Another thing, the trial counsel's ineffective, he says, because the counsel, quote, failed to take advantage of what Buchanan sees in retrospect as a certain opportunity to have avoided the death penalty. So, in hindsight, he Monday morning quarterbacks this to where it could have done better, and then he wants to fucking file shit on that. He contends that if he had pleaded guilty to the first 4-degree for first-degree murder indictments, that the constitutional guarantee against double jeopardy would have precluded any further prosecution based on the same killings, and this means he argues that they couldn't have prosecuted the capital murder indictments. Wow.
What?
No, that's not how it works, number one. You could have pled guilty, but that doesn't mean that you made a deal. Right. That doesn't mean that the prosecutor doesn't have to seek the death penalty. They can say, yeah, you can plead guilty, and I'm still seeking the death penalty in sentencing.
Sure.
Nice of you to plead guilty and save us all the time and money of a trial, but you're still getting executed. Right. They don't have to do that. A lot of times that's the concession. Yeah. You plead guilty, we'll take the death penalty off the table. That's how you get people to fucking plead guilty to murder. And the court says the distinction would not have made a goddamn lick of difference. None of that. It doesn't implicate any of the interests protected by the double jeopardy clause, which is the shit he's trying to pull right now. He also says there was the review was unconstitutional by the state Supreme Court. Blah, blah, blah. The court says,
he
quote,
is swinging.
For the fences. Finding no error, we affirm the judgment denying Buchanan's petition for a writ of habeas corpus. Affirmed. Eat dicks.
Bye.
April 9th, 1997 is Execution Day.
Wow.
Execution Day.
How's it feel to be a winner, sir?
Oof, yeah. You won.
You're a big winner.
Not even 10 years later. It's already going down.
You got that fifth one off the table.
That's
You're a big winner.
Good job. Oof, man. Hey, congratulations on your big legal win. Yeah,
We're going to celebrate today with your last meal.
You're a regular fucking Perry Mason over here. What do you say we celebrate with a last meal?
Yes.
His last meal, by the way, kept confidential based on his request.
What a dick.
What a dick, right?
An asshole to the end?
An
Fuck
asshole
you,
to the
Douglas.
I don't want anyone
even
to know
call
what I
you
mean.
Doug. Douglas.
Dickhead.
You fucking jerk. I want to know what you ate.
Yeah, what the fuck? That brings us joy, asshole. We want to know.
I hope it was some fucking sardines.
You know it was something terrible. Anchovies. Reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah, that was it.
So, 4 hours left to die here. Yeah. He's preparing. He does the whole thing when the ministers come in and you eat and you do your whole last spiel. People come and talk to you and you're getting prepared. What a weird preparation.
Start some prayers.
4 hours left when the U.S. Supreme Court halts the execution.
Oh, those bastards.
Of Doug Jr. 4 hours shy of dying. In the one paragraph order, the court agreed to stay the execution until it decides whether to hear his appeal. Okay. So basically, we need a second to review this to see if we're going to hear it, so don't kill him quite yet. Right. Calm down for a second.
We need to consider if we're going to consider. Hold on. This is ridiculous.
They said if they don't hear the appeal, the stay would end automatically and a new execution date would be immediately set. If they agree to hear the case, it'll be
10 minutes from
extended.
Now.
Yeah, right? So one of Buchanan's lawyers said, quote, he was very pleased with that. Well, no shit.
He gets another last meal.
They do end up hearing the case.
Yeah?
Later in the year, they hear that case over the fall, and January 21st, 1998, they have a decision delivered by Chief Justice Rehnquist. And they said, quote, this case calls on us to decide whether the Eighth Amendment requires that a capital jury be instructed on the concept of mitigating evidence generally or on particular statutory mitigating factors. We hold it does not. The absence of an instruction on the concept of mitigation and instructions on particular statutory defined mitigating factors did not violate the 8th and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution. The judgment of the Court of the Appeals is affirmed.
Yes.
Go fuck yourself. March 18th, 1998 is going to be execution day.
Terrific.
They are going to execute him by lethal injection. They take him in. He is strapped to the table.
Yeah.
They get all the witnesses there.
Another confidential last meal, or does he only get that one?
Confidential.
Bastard.
Confidential.
I fucking hate
Another
this
dickhead
guy.
with two last meals, number one. We've had two of these dickheads.
What
but
a fucking jerk.
Not even enough to tell us.
Yeah.
Not even like I'll let this one out. No.
What'd you have for dinner? Can't tell you.
Why
is that
secret?
You torturing
You're going to die, literally. What
You're
do you
going to torture
care?
me, too? You already tortured 4 people,
and
you
why
fucking
are the
jerk.
prison officials listening to
Right.
him? He had a
Where are
fucking
they?
he had a ham and cheese, all right? You happy now?
He gets no privacy anymore, by the way.
Why
None.
is this confidential?
It's not medical. I don't give a fuck. I want to
Virginia
know.
allows you to keep it confidential if you want. Super
Assholes.
weird. A bunch of the prisoners had
That's
confidential
stupid.
last meals, too. I don't understand if they
That's
don't want
dumb.
people to get mad at them. You're dead. What do you care?
Who gives a shit?
So March 18th, 1998, like I said, execution day. He's strapped down. All the witnesses are there. There's family witnesses. There's the whole deal.
Yeah.
They strap him in. He smiles at the witnesses, which is an odd. That's always an odd one when they're Now, if he smiled and said something,
Happy birthday, Lucy, or some shit.
If he smiled and said something like dark, it'd be really weird. If he smiled and was like, I enjoyed killing all of them. I'm just mad I didn't drink their blood, or something crazy like that. Then you're like, oh yeah, get him. He sits up, looks over, smiles, and his last words are, quote, "Get the ride started. I'm ready to go."
Wowza.
That's what he said.
Get the ride started.
Get the ride started. I'm ready to go.
Well, what'd you have for dinner, sir?
And that's it. And they execute him.
We're not ready for you to go yet.
Doesn't take very long before he goes down, and he is dead. Doug Jr., Doug Sr., the whole damn family's dead. Wiped off the face of the fucking earth.
Jesus.
Christiane in prison forever.
Yeah.
There is, out of this whole entire thing, there is one surviving outside of prison person, and that is that baby. That baby who I assume probably has no fucking idea about any of this. Let's hope. Let's hope this baby doesn't know shit. But chances are this baby was adopted out, has no idea any of this shit happened. No idea.
31 years old today.
Yeah, and no idea that they were inside their mother while their mother was an accessory to 4 horrible homicides that their father committed.
Right.
So, super crazy case.
Wow.
Back to Virginia, back into the States, back into the fold.
Sweet Pete.
Virginia. Last time we were in Virginia, it was an heiress. An heiress killing her horseman boyfriend, her polo playing boyfriend in Warrenton. And now this is a way different thing. We went to just like your basic family dispute over with some squirrel hunting gear.
Right.
So tried to do a different case from the state.
Good Christ.
You'll kind of see that I'll do that as we go through.
That's
We're not going to have the same kind of states.
That was how long ago it was?
1987.
No, that was the last time we were in the state for
Virginia.
The show.
Yeah, it was like episode, I don't know, 9, 11, something like that.
Long time ago.
The first 10 within the first 10. So, we're back again. That was a
crazy one.
Yeah, there's 12, something like that. But we're back again through Virginia. That is Virginia there.
Wow.
That is Amherst, Virginia, and the crazy Buchanan insanity.
What the fuck?
Yes, if you like that show, and if you like this show in general, please get on iTunes and give us 5 stars.
Yeah.
What are you thinking here?
For sure.
Please. It takes a lot of work, and it really helps us out on the business end a lot. And it's a lot of work for us, and it's not too much work to sign into iTunes and hook it up. So please, it helps us out. Also, I have a rant. Don't worry, not a rant, but the bow is coming up. We're going to have a long list of producers who are just the most amazing people in the world. We say that, and it sounds like we're just saying that, but that we mean it. It's truly, every time from the bottom of our hearts. If you want to be one of these people, you can go on patreon.com/crimeinsports, and you can make a donation, or go to PayPal and make a one-time donation using our email address, crimeinsports@gmail.com. Yeah. If you want to get a hold of the show, that is no problem. You can do it at MurderSmall on Twitter, Facebook.com/smalltownpod, and crimeinsports@gmail.com. Don't forget live show this weekend. Shit. Boston, 1 p.m. Laugh Boston.
It's going to be so cold.
Oh, so cold. And 4 p.m. is Crime and Sports. 7 p.m. is sold out. And also go to our site there, shutupandgivememurder.com/live, and you can see all the tour dates and our locations and buy your damn tickets and get there. crimeinsports.threadless.com. Don't forget that for all your merchandising needs. Now, also, we had last week had a couple of things to say about podcasters, and their self-important ones, and the ones who think they're homicide detectives, and the ones that act like they're doing something important for the world.
Magnifying glass.
Rather than the truth as you found out how to make a living without having a real fucking job.
Right.
That's the truth of it all.
Right.
That's the thing that these motherfuckers will never say to you guys.
Right.
Like I've actually heard people who quit their real jobs that they had that were
great jobs.
Actual good jobs, to podcast forever, not because they said, holy shit, I don't have to go to work for 40 hours plus a week. I can literally build a studio in my house and I can just do this at home and not have to go anywhere and make a living.
Right.
Wow, I found a way to scam the system.
Right.
Rather than say that, and you guys would be like, hey, good for you. Right. Rather than say that, they go, there's so much good that needs to be done.
There's so much wrong in this world.
People need to be helped. I need to concentrate. So, yes, that's the type of person we're talking about. And there's a few specifics, but I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I don't listen to all the true crime podcasts. The reason we do 2 true crime podcasts is because I love true crime. In the beginning when this started, I love true crime, and I hated the way true crime podcasts are presented generally. I fucking despise it. I don't like it. So I said, we're going to do it different. So I don't listen to it.
Monotone voices and boring fucking personality.
Yes, or not funny, a lot of them, or not. And there's some that are funny, too. That's the other thing, too. Don't get me wrong. There's some that are good. Some that aren't. Serial was phenomenal. I mean, there's so many that are really good that are actually done well. Last podcast on the left. We really like those guys. I love those guys. Those guys are fucking hilarious, man. Things like that. So we don't have any. None of those people take themselves too seriously also. And some people take themselves seriously.
Of themselves.
Yeah, some people are proud of them. And some people who we don't even fucking know who they are.
No idea.
Actually got on Twitter on Crime and Sports. They actually tweeted at Crime and Sports saying, "You talking about me?" And we had to look at their profile to see who the fuck they were, because I never heard of this dude before.
You know. If you feel like it means something to you.
He had a check mark next to his name, and that apparently made him feel like motherfuckers just know who he is. And I don't understand whatever that check mark means in your little circle of people who know the fuck you are.
I don't care.
That shit means nothing to me. Nothing. You know why? There's fitness bloggers with check marks, motherfucker. So
there's people with 1,100 followers with fucking
dick to me.
Blue check marks.
That means absolutely nothing to me, the check mark. So for someone to come up and say, it's just hilarious. Yeah. For someone to come up and try to be like, "Hey, you talking shit about me?"
And the posturing is fucking ridiculous. Who do you think you are, bro?
That's the other thing. Who do you think you are?
You're gonna step to us? Is that what it is?
Like we're in high school or something.
You talk about me, bro? Maybe I am. I don't know.
Maybe we are. I don't know. Let me find out who you are, and then I'll tell you. How's that? So probably not.
You want to wear these shoes out, or do you need a box, sir?
But the fact that knowing nothing about you but that, and your tweet and your bio, based on the fact that you thought so.
Right. Maybe it is.
Probably. It probably was. Not intending to be about you, but if the shoe fits, motherfucker,
wear them out the store. They look great on you. Rock the shit out of them.
Walk them on out, bitch. So that's the way it is. And I'm going to be real honest, too. If you're not, this is just an advice for anybody out there. It's like, people who do podcasts who aren't comedians. Right. Don't start fights with comedians.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to work out.
You're not going to win.
No, it's not going to work out.
You can say whatever you want, and we'll say terrible things about you, but it'll be really funny when we say it. That'll be the difference.
Right. People will enjoy it.
So we'll be right, and people will laugh at you. Whereas you can't beat that.
You don't want that.
You can't beat that.
Believe me, you don't want that.
We're not some blogger turned podcaster.
No.
We're people used to.
I'm not some dude that bought a Zoom and read a book.
No. If I'm on a stage,
I'm dumb as fuck, and I'll make fun of you.
Yes. If I'm on a stage and some super drunk guy yells at me, I will make him cry.
Right.
Put it that way.
That's where I'm geared for.
So that's where we're at. So don't fuck with us. Thank you very much. Move along. Mind your own fucking business. Day. And unless I mention your name, it ain't about you.
Right. I can give a fuck about you.
Enjoy. So that said, that aside, sorry to go off on that. Just wanted to have a little clarification. Right. And we're just blown away by how silly some people are.
It's
are you
ridiculous.
Talking about me? You can say anything you want about me. I don't give a fuck. I won't tweet at you.
Right.
I won't give you the time of day. Right. And I won't assume you know who I am unless you mention my name. I won't assume you know who I am. For someone just to assume they must know who I am.
That is definitely me.
I'm important. Right. Look at I have a check mark. Look at me. I host a podcast that I've never fucking heard of. Or I've seen, but I don't know anything about it. By the way, I listened for 5 seconds. It's boring as fuck. Moving on. Anyway, yeah, I'd shoot myself if I had to listen to that fucking thing. So, that said, let's talk about the greatest people in the world. We've talked about douchebags. Now let's move on to the list of the most fantastic people in the world. Jimmy, why don't you hit us with that list right now?
Unbelievably, every week, Chrissy Ann Castaldi, Jess Lindgren, and Sarah Gilbo are fantastic people, and you guys are so sweet, and we really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Andrea Ramey, Mitchell Bowler, Joshua Cobb, Autumn Allen, Jeanette Klum. No, that is not Klum. God damn, I'm a child and can't write. Num, is that a K-N-C-M? No,
what?
It's not. I don't know what I did.
KMCM is not a last name.
No, it's not.
I
don't know what I did to Jeanette's last name.
I don't know what country that would be from.
There's no way I can pronounce that.
Everyone has at least one vowel, don't they?
Is it H-O-L-M? That's Jeanette Holm. That's who that is.
That makes much more sense.
Unbelievable. Derek Hellenberg, Ted Cyrus, Brandon Shaw, Sarah Martin, Stacy Huffaker, James Cook ×2 this week. Thank you, James. Man. You're an amazing dude. Robert Dye, the hypnotic librarian. I'm not sure what that is. Google that.
Okay.
I hope it's a business. I'm not sure at all. Hannah Risley, Matthew Madigan. I hope so. That'd be amazing.
Teresa, motherfucking hypnotic librarian. What's up?
That's what it is.
Yeah. He's a terrible rapper, though.
Teresa Shushenflug?
He just says what's up over and over
it's
again.
Just constant.
I love this Shushenflug name because we knew that was going to kill you. Sarah actually saw that and went, I love it when Jimmy has to pronounce this one.
Is it PF? Is that flug? Or is that plug? Shushin. I got Shushin. Shushin. Fuck it. Adrian Overall, Jessica Chase, Katie Heisel, thank you so much.
Thank you, Katie, for your charts and your graphs and your help and your donations.
She sends us donations and time between the shit that she makes.
Thank you.
Katie,
you're the best,
terrific.
Katie.
And we'll see you this April. Thank you so much. Sherry Holland, Luke Haransky, Karansky, shit. Tristan Stevenson, Kathleen Thill, thank you, Kathleen, for being a part of this every goddamn week.
Always, we love
Melissa Neufeld, Jane Richards, Claudia Schertle, Timothy Young, Jacob the Zookeeper sends me snaps of like the dude's a zookeeper and he gives me like close-ups of the bears' fucking faces. Like right? No.
Before you go to the close-ups, like the bears fucking, it's awesome. Why would you want pictures of the bears fucking?
Right in its face. It's like the best.
That's awesome.
It's fucking incredible. I don't even have to throw him Zagnuts.
Great outdoors again, baby.
Tara Hayes, you're fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. What an unbelievably kind gesture. Thank you so much. Emily Allen, Nathan Nolte. I don't know. I hope that's a relative of Nick. I really want that. I don't know why. Nick's such a great. I love that man so much.
He's hilarious.
He's fantastic, and I want his family listening to us.
Jesus Christ.
That's all he does. He grunts in every movie and then curses through it.
That Patton Oswalt joke of Nick Nolte playing Han Solo. That was the best. It was a joke of Patton Oswalt's old stand-up. It was Nick Nolte playing Han Solo. I've been like, Christ, Luke, the goddamn, for Christ, Jesus, fucking, the goddamn Wookiees in the fuck, Jesus, Christ.
That's fantastic.
God damn it.
Christopher Reed, I hope that's Kid and Play.
Yeah. That's Kid.
I want that to
Come
be
on,
really bad.
That would be great if it was Kid.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, I love House Party.
Leslie Root, June Johnson, Gretchen Oswald. Gretchen Oswald. Lauren Odom, Shelby LeSueur, John Moody, Melissa Hoover, Keegan Bosch, Michelle Jolly. She's fantastic.
Australia.
Yeah, she's in Australia. She's so
Thank
sweet.
you.
Brandon Warney, or Warren. I think it's Warren. He's in Minnesota. He does the Midwest Swing podcast. He donated this week. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. And then I guested on his show, too, if you want to take a listen. Anthony Elbert, Cora Macbeth, Jennifer Brashears, Jessica Skinner, Mariah Menhier, Madeline Barry, Holly Hamilton, S. Wagner. There's no... It's probably Scott. Might be Steven.
Swagner.
It might be Swacker. You never know.
You never know.
David Stanich, Alexia Gordon, Gavin, no last name, Keegan Bowen. Bowen. We'll go Bowen. Sam Lichtenstein. That was fucking impressive.
Lichtenstein's a place,
Can you
though.
clap for me? Fuck.
You should. That's a place.
Really? I don't know what that place would be.
Jesus Christ. We got to get Jimmy a map. And
maybe Sam doesn't. Maybe Sam's just from Liechtenstein.
Maybe he's from Liechtenstein. Sam from Liechtenstein.
Maybe. Chris Reed again. Cody McCall. Molly, no last name. Amber Osteen. Leah Maddox. Stephanie Fisher. Jessica Hastillo. Vicky Frederick. Junior Mitchell. Junior Peeler. Junior.
Oh.
Or Beeler.
They listen.
Yeah.
They know the
Junior
juniors.
Mitchell Jr. Beeler Jr. That's
so
who
it's
it is.
Mitchell Beeler.
Right, Mitchell Beeler the second.
Possibly a junior. Right. At least once.
Larry Mosca. Nicole, fucking hell. She donated twice, too.
Oh, thanks, Nicole.
Dina Burks? What the shit is that last name? Dainzer. I don't know why I put a B in it. There's no B in that name. Dainzer. I don't know. I'm sorry, Nicole. Your last name's a fucking brutal one.
When I sit here and watch him try to read the names, it's great because it's like watching a child try to open a package that has those like twist tie things and they don't know they're there and they just keep trying to pull it and they're just like so confused. That's what Jimmy's doing. He doesn't get it. You have to come in with scissors and go, hold on, clip, and they go, oh,
it's Dainzer.
Oh, the eye's silent. Okay, I see.
Trevor Corey, Camilla Herrera, Megan McMahon, Hannah Risley, Melanie Harrison, Jake Jake LeBeer, Tracy Kelly Van Dyke, Wilnia Merced, Amanda Howell, Lizzie Goldstein, Bliss Bednar. I think that's right. Mandy McMaster, Jill Roth, Lisa Copeland, Nicole Redshaw, it's a D, Redshaw, damn it. AJ Vera, God, how am I fucking so stupid? Lindsay Zimmerman, Judith Keel, Jenny Walker, Miriam with no last name, Lee Nemeth, Kathleen Snyder, Michelle Bowman, where was I at over here? Nathan, damn it, Nathan.
It's all your fault, Nathan.
Nathan Hibbett. Lizzie Tebow, Jem Vasquez, Vicky Frederick, I already said that one. Alexia Malloy, Lisa Collins, Michelle Gerber Anderson, Megan Walker. God damn it. It's just
you got it on the comeback. That's all right.
Megan Walker, Eden Finelli, Jordan and Brad Kading.
We got your back, man.
Carolyn Jeffries, Amber Rachel, Angela Banks Mason, Dylan Robertson, David Bouch, Erica Jones, William Hickson III, Nicole Davis. I already said that one, but I'm saying it again. Chester Coffin, Lisa and Colin Young, Amanda Stamp, Alexa Trockelman. Fuck yeah. It's just Alex. God. Trockelman is the last name, and I fuck up Alex.
Yeah, you must the 4-letter first name.
Right. Brandon Griffith, Zach Dubois, Ashley Collins, Daniel Rickles, Cody Spence, and Lindsay Greer. You guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for everything.
Thank you guys.
I really appreciate you being such fucking amazing people, so thank you so much.
Really, guys, couldn't do it without you. This show, it wouldn't be a show without you.
No,
it wouldn't because I would be... working a 40-hour-a-week job and not having time for this because, you have to sleep, and there's only so many hours in the day. Right. So thank you, guys. You make it so actually I can dedicate like 2 full-time jobs worth of time into this. My life would be much easier if I just had a regular job, but no, and did comedy and stuff like that.
And
but
401k and health insurance and shit.
We're doing this, goddammit. I love it even more, and we're not going to stop. Jimmy, what if one of these people wanted to tell you not to stop? How would they do that? If you want
to find me and tell me that you like me, you can find me. You can tell me that you hate me. I can give a fuck.
He doesn't care.
At Whisman Sucks, WHISMAN Sucks on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Thank you guys so much for being so fun. I appreciate it.
And you can get a hold of me at Jimmy P is Funny, or copy and paste my name from the show description. There's an I in there. You'll fuck it up. And also, if you're a podcaster who feels like I might be talking about you, go ahead and use that address. Right. Don't bother doing it at the account because that might be me. Jimmy might see it. It might be my wife, Sarah, who would like to tell you 10 times more than I would to eat dicks. You should see. She's way meaner than me. Right. That's why I love her. But if you do that, I'll personally tell you to eat dicks and go fuck yourself. So... feel free to tweet at me, and we'll have a spat or two, or really, I'll just tell you to eat shit and have a good one. Sayonara, asshole, and send you on your merry fucking way.
Right.
With that said, guys, we love you. We love you. Thank you so much for joining us. And until next week, everybody, it's been our pleasure.
Bye.